Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League Lads Season number 15 playoff action. I'm back from vacation. I'm fresh and ready, and I'm joined tonight by another seasoned caster of lads. It is Simon. How are you on this fine evening?
I'm doing great. Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday. uh, usually
I'm
happy
ready. I had a
Monday, not in the same sentence, but you know what? Happy Monday.
we have multiple lad series tonight, so it's a happy Monday. Have fun watching some people play. It's the final four. Is that right, Badger? We're down to the final four teams
Yeah,
in the
we are
playoffs, and
in
this is the upper bracket.
this is the winners bracket finals, correct? We are
Yeah.
very deep into the playoffs. And yeah, it's just two teams that did very well throughout the season. Have cores of players that have done well historically, especially this Radiant core, of course. But these are two very, I'm gonna say very well seasoned teams. They're ready for this kind of playoff matchup here.
Yeah, it's fun that both teams have played multiple seasons together, right? Obviously, KU stack everybody on Radiant. They're always playing some variation of the same like four or five people, so they play really well as a team. They've been in a lot of they've just played a lot of games together. So they've been in a lot of situations. Like when they played against the Cuba team, they went from up like 2 racks to mega'd, and they still like stayed composed and won that game. That was pretty crazy.
It's kind of what they do. I mean, they're just a very great team, both in a lads context, just in amateur Dota in general, of just recognizing when they're strong and they know when to be patient, they know when to strike, and that's why they've been pretty consistently good throughout the seasons. And of course, this Dire side, as you mentioned, also have run more or less the same stack as this every single season for the last half dozen or so seasons. This is actually an exact 5-man roster they have run before, though, so both these teams have been there. They've done that. They're ready to play some real Dota 2 action, and not too surprising. They're here to try real hard at the draft already. Logical bands: CK Weaver, Darkseer, Snapfire, SF, Marcy, Phoenix, Tiny. First pick Beastmaster, P Guy Classic, of course, and then response to Aerocopter.
Yeah, the gyro makes sense as a response. Beastmaster is really annoying. If he snowballs his lane and gets his like 11-minute ags or 12-minute ags, he just like kind of takes the game over, and he becomes too hard and it's too easy to group around him. So Gyro should do well in the lane and should also do well against some of his summons, especially just his summons in the lane with the flak. You could maybe see Crystal Maiden for KU or Pudge from KU coming out trying to get like a skill to insta give the creep, maybe even Enchantress? Question mark.
That would be certainly interesting, if nothing else. It's one of those things where I think this hero like Beastmaster loves getting momentum. It's a hero who is pretty notoriously strong at like minute 13, but often struggles at minute 0, minute 1 before he's level 3, level 4 or so. So if you can get a really powerful combo that's good at level 1, good at level 2, you could really slow this hero's game down.
Yeah. And so what I'm looking at with the draft, yeah, there's the Pudge. I was gonna say heroes that I'm looking at. KU's Pudge. KU is really good on Pudge. And this hero it does so much damage as support actually hitting the hooks. I don't know, it can be really annoying with the save too. So I'm looking for that. I'm also looking at Nyx Assassin for Bunions. He like hard carries lobbies on that hero. And then also Pattern with Pango or Monkey King, especially Monkey King. It's weird to me that Monkey King has not been banned at all, because I feel like that hero is one of the most annoying if he gets off to a good start and he's just in all three lanes at once, with his new facet.
I mean, I'm a little surprised that if this Bunyan's Nyx truly is god tier, I'm surprised it's not banned now. This hero seems really good in with the state of Dota right now, so I'm a little surprised that Nyx has not been contested. Maybe my pulse on the players right now is incorrect, perhaps.
Gyro is pretty good against him in the lane. He just like keeps clicking him, I think. So maybe
That's
they're
true. That's
dissuaded.
true.
But, so I think Patience likes to play Willow though, so it might be Willow 5. Yeah, this hero got a really big nerf that the Bedlam is no longer castable on allies, so you don't provide as much damage to the fights. But you do provide AOE like poke and control.
To be
And Hoodwink does
fair,
the same.
that was a little bit nutty. Probably shouldn't have been in the game in the first place, so it's probably a good thing it's gone.
Agreed. Way too good.
Speaking of, Hero Hunt has been way too good in numerous patches. It's our good friend Squirrel doing squirrel things.
Yep, she's back. The laning is more annoying than ever because the Q bounces to the tree and then back to you, even if you're next to no creeps. So it's just like guaranteed damage in her ass. And I do like the combo that Dire has. They have the roar into the sharpshooter for combo, right? And then all the AoE spells with the Willow. So a lot of AoE teamfight and control coming
Yeah,
from Dire.
absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where, again, this is going to be a fairly strong lineup, assuming they can get out of like the early part of the laning phase. Like once you start getting, like bracers and sticks in like level 4s and 5s, it's gonna be an extremely powerful Dire combo. And I'm curious to see how this Radiant side drafts to more or less know that they're going to be shoving it down your throat at like minute 6.5.
Yeah, this is an interesting spot in the draft. See, you don't see two cores for the enemy, so you got to show another core here. Jakiro, this hero, the stocks are rising, and I have not really tried it that much. People, it seems like you just do a lot of damage with the liquid frost, and people just take that in the lane. I've seen people go 3-0-2, and then the dual breath plus ice auto attack does a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. And that
It's
appears to
also
be
good
the case.
against
Yeah,
Beastmaster. It's also a classic like anti-summon hero because dual breath and macro fire.
of course. Ooh, it's Sand King. This hero has gotten some adjustments recently, but he's still a very big winner in terms of like the overall 7.36 ecosystem if memory serves. So
It's he's surging recently, definitely with the Riyadh Masters. I feel like I don't see it in my pubs at all really, but at the Riyadh Masters, its stocks have risen a lot. It's probably mid, I think, for pattern on the Sand King. It's super strong. You farm the waves really fast and you get really big damage, farm stacks and shit.
response Medusa. So again, two fairly similar late game carries here in the Medusa and the Gyrocopter, but how you get to that late game very dramatically different for the Snake Lady and for the man in the helicopter.
Yeah, I'm interested. I wonder. I mean, she's hard to kill, and like magic damage, in theory, kind of falls off. I guess, right? Like so, like Sand King damage and Jakiro damage might not be enough to puncture through Medusa if they're like 5 manning. We'll see. It's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about the Dusa. It must be good against Gyro. He must like that matchup against the Gyro, but
Hmm. It's one of those things where I know it's a hero that Yeti has historically been fairly comfortable on when his sort of bread and butter gets banned out. And look at the bans: CK, Weaver, Ursa. That is the Yeti bread and butter. So it's like, all right, might as well grab this very reliable hero in the Dusa. A hero we know we can farm on, that if we can get him out of the sort of early game, can have a lot of very obvious impact in these later game team fights. So I think the logic there with the Dusa pick is perfectly adequate.
so what do we need? What does Radiant need here? They need a offlaner slash mid, I think. It
Yeah,
could maybe be Pudge mid. Like it's pretty flexible. Pudge is pretty good as core and support. I think Pattern plays it mid.
I
So
think if someone other than KU is drafting, I would say it's possible. But KU is drafting, he's gonna want the pledge for himself, so someone's gonna he's gonna have to grab a core here.
that's fair.
Meanwhile, for Bloosher, again, they're going to need some kind of fairly active hero in the mid game, whether that be some kind of spirit hero, whether that be a hero like the Queen of Pain, whatever Rice Play wants to go with in terms of that up tempo mid game sort of hero that can really play with the Beastmaster and play against the Sand King in that 24 pick from KU.
I wonder if Ember is bad. Ember is good. You always dodge the missile. You can slight dodge some other stuff. Maybe the hook, I guess. But you get tanky, right? Magic resistance stuff, magic shield
Yeah, I mean you
against all those
do.
people. I know Raceboy likes it. I think that's. I don't know if I love it. Love it.
I think the only concern is you're playing Ember into counterpick. Monkey King's not banned. Number of heroes who are historically good in lane against Ember are just available right now,
Oh,
and
the Monkey King is available. Yeah,
like
that's
if you're that
true.
confident in your Ember, yeah, first time I played mid in lads, and I was real confident in my Ember, and they counterpicked the shit out of me in lane, and it still went pretty okay. So if you're real confident in
That
your Ember, just
hero's.
lock it in.
You know what it's like to play support against that hero Badger when he shows up with the level 4 sleight of hand and he kills you in 2 hits. It's so annoying.
You You really die sometimes.
Yeah.
Not too much reserve time left for either team, though, so, it's time to lock in our selections. Lock in what could just be a middle lane in an off lane immediate response, or could be a mid lane into mid lane response, depending on exactly where the Sand King will go. Still seems a little bit flexible to my eyes. 5 seconds left now.
Yeah, they're really thinking about it. I have no idea. I didn't really look at my hero list, but
It is the Ember. Okay, so about a minute to
yeah,
respond to that one, and it's an immediate
it's Monkey
snap pick
King,
Monkey
immediate Monkey
King.
King. Yeah, yeah. There you go.
We knew it was coming. I think Radiant knew it was coming. I even think Tiger Vision disconnects.
Yeah, it's like what else? I'm like looking at my hero list. Like, well, I don't know what else he could pick. Like maybe Pango could do better against it, or like Magnus. Maybe Riceway likes that. Yeah, I don't know. It's all right. He's good on this hero. I think I watched them play a playoff series where no, it was Monkey against Ember and Riceway. He was getting owned. He's like down 2 levels, but he just killed the Monkey King one time at 13 minutes, and then he's like same net worth as him, even though he has like 3 deaths, and it ended up not mattering as much, you know. So I think they're down to sack the lane just to give him something comfortable that can go play make with his supports.
I will say, luckily, I have a number of the players in this game nicknamed, but I'm not sure it's going to apply. I might take their pro names, which is there's some very interesting pro names. So hopefully, okay, they're
I
mostly
know
normal.
I have
They're mostly normal.
everybody. Yeah, I have everybody with a nickname just about.
I think the only player that won't be under the actual name they're known as is Kobe. I guess foreplay kind of, but I mean, come on. But they could be the people of Lads. They know what to expect with Kobe. Yes, he has been bipolar kid for a couple seasons now, but he has, at least in the historical context, been a name changer, even if not as much recently.
That's too confusing. I would confuse myself if I
Changed their
change
own
my name that
name.
much, you know. I've just kept it the same for too long. It's easier.
Yeah, I've been on Badger for just Badger, I think for like 8 years now, and then like 3 years before that was Badger with an exclamation mark afterwards. So it's been pretty consistent on my end as well.
I like it. Okay, let's see what the level 1 move is from Radiant, because they've got Monkey King, so they have potentially a big advantage if he skills his W and goes and scouts ahead. I'm always really curious to see how people play this with the new Monkey.
If you are just joining us, you are in the right place at the right time. It's season number 15, Winner Bracket Finals. It's me and Simon, and we have some very, very fun Dota. Again, multiple time Lads champions on the Radiant side, hopeful Lads champions on the Dire side, and I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm pumped. So I think this is probably the best that the Bloosher stack has ever placed, right? Just about, and so we'll see if they can get, or I don't know, continue ascending over the hump.
I know.
And meanwhile, for Radiant, they're just trying to gatekeep the grand finals, you know?
Like, I don't think this team has made grand finals before, so no matter what, they're tied for their best performance, considering they're guaranteed top 3 on the Dire side.
Mm-hmm.
I guess both teams are technically, but wait, KU is not playing Pudge. He's given up the Pudge to Pyduck. I know he's a very good Pudge, but I'm still shocked that he let him do that.
Yeah, that one's interesting. So it is going to be a Sand King P3 and a Pudge walking up into the Medusa plus the Willow, which could be problematic. We'll see how they play that, if they do any lane dragging or something, because I think they could get zoned pretty hard.
Well, I guess the only thing is, no matter where you put the Pudge, it's probably not going to be the best lane. Because you mentioned you want the Jakiro into the Beastmaster summons, and if he's in the top lane, he cannot beat the Beastmaster summons. So
true. I mean, and Malefic does have 2 clarities in the backpack already, so ready to start hooking jungle camps, you know, just to get the XP going.
Dude, the tree block, the tree block mid lane, that didn't work. Almost worked though. On the bright side, this lane is so sort of played out that Rice Boy probably knows how to play the Ember side just fine. He knows the lane is bad, therefore knows how to play the bad lane. So Oh. Could be Jinger here. It is. Oh.
Yeah, favorable for Riceway there. Give up Jingo for a couple tower shots.
I guess the good part is you don't really break the flame guard too well on MK, so
Well, you can't break Flame Guard anymore. It's a passive that's always on, so it's a little easier for Ember in the melee v melees.
I should rephrase. Breaking the active component will be very difficult for
Oh, sorry.
even though again, yeah, it's physical, so you can't even do that either.
Yeah, he could when he gets more points in his W, but I don't know. That's not that applicable in the mid lane, and it is predicted, going rough up top for Kobe. He's about to get his first CS of the game. So.
Looking at the equilibrium though, it should be fine. It's going into this direction right now, and so a bit of a splitting of the wickets from Malefic, but it all should be fine there in the long run.
Yeah, that is true. It's just that I think Dire's okay with just like super shoving and just like you accelerate Yeti really hard if they can get some pulls going, you know, just get the shove and pull game going. I'm trying to take notes on the Jakiro play. I want to try it.
You want some good notes? Yet. Top lane, a hook from Malefic is pretty fantastic. Ice City's out of mana, he's out of life, and first blood goes to Malefic on the Pudge. That's some notes for you.
Dang, was that a stun into hook, or was that just a free balled hook? I missed it.
I tabbed over when the hook happened, so I didn't see the lead up, but I'm gonna assume it was a free hook. You know, there's a lot of mana on SK, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
A little scary for Yeti. If he dies again, it's like tragic. It's like really bad.
Oh, this time the hook hits, but again, not on Yeti. Burrow to follow. Willow is in a lot of danger right now. 200 HP and dropping one word will do the job, but there's not enough move speed. There's hook and 6, but patience should be fine here.
Willow does not have Shadow Realm safety in this lane. She can get hit by pretty much everything that Dire or Radiant has to throw at her, so it's a little spooky for her.
Spooky, definitely the correct word. You're seeing it right now. Look at the position he's threatening from on Butch. I think they know he's. That's scary. I mean, the day vision gave a little bit of it away, but it's still this aggressive posturing from Pudge. He's a big fat man. He's not afraid to. Wait, I guess he's being hit right now. Taking a good bit of damage. He's out of stick charges already. Kobe's on the way. Burrow ready, but it seems like Pudge will be fine. Hook available. He's thinking about it. He wants to go for it, but no angle there.
It's so stressful to play against Pudge as support.
Of course.
You can really throw the game. You can throw the game really hard by just dying to him 2 times, you know, and just then he goes and ganks mid, and then the whole game can be ruined.
Yeah. You know, Pudge is one of those heroes that, you know, has a lot of sort of power. Like you hit your abilities, and it just works, you know. It just works.
Especially with that new facet, people get chunked with the hook now if you hit it at the max range.
Oh, I feel better already.
There is a hook coming, and look at the way Yeti is forced to position. He knows hook is available, therefore it's like, all right, I need to line up my units properly, not get hooked, not die again. Just the threat of the hook is almost more powerful than the hook itself, especially if you fear the hook. Like, do you ever play basketball when you're younger or no?
Oh yeah, of course. Onions went down bottom lane.
He did. It's like, yeah, if you ever play against like a dude who's like 6'6" or taller, you see him standing in the corner in like the 3-point area, it's like, oh, you don't have to fear that. But if he like hits 2 3-points, it's like, oh, shit, I better guard this guy. I can't protect the rim anymore. That's kind of what it's like with the hook. You see this man hit like 2 hooks, it's like, all right, guys, we need to be aware of the hook.
Now you gotta respect it. There's some crazy warding. They're trying really hard to get the vision for the nighttime hooks.
And at this point, Radiant are aware as a dire sentry, but the problem is getting to that Radiant Observer ward is easier said than done. And on the night vision, I don't think they've seen it yet either.
Not quite. Like, the other lanes are really static. Riceway is holding his own against Pattern. Pattern didn't just get level 6, so he's like a quarter level ahead, maybe a half level. And bottom lane, Pistia is not getting the better of the lane, but he's actually doing the worst out of all the cores, because Kobe got a lot of CS under his tower a couple times. And it's a 6-minute rune we're fighting.
Yeah, they'll end up spawning the top end, going to Pattern. It isn't a bottle, but I'm sure being invis is pretty comfy. And of course, we see 5 heroes mid lane for the minute 6 rune. It's a pretty good time to be mid.
The wisdom runes come up, and so even though Pistia's the lowest net worth out of all the cores right now, take a look in the dire jungle. We've got stacks happening already. Pistia does a good job of microing his boar to stack for him, and they might even get the
Yeah,
Jakiro.
they're going on in bot lane. KU is low, but not low enough. Foreplay stands his ground with that Falcon Blade. 20 wand charges. He's being really patient with those wand charges. There they are. Meanwhile, top lane, there is some kind of action going on there. I think everyone's fine, though, right? Everyone's fine top lane.
Yep.
Oh, we're not fine bottom lane, though. The Acorn shot does too much damage. And KU's dead and Jakiro now for the, actually only the first time in this game.
Yeah, I'm surprised that that Pistia's edging out the XP bottom now. Actually, he must have got some pretty hefty solo XP or something. Wisdom runes are a split.
As expected, nothing too out of the ordinary there. I guess something out of the ordinary would have been cool, but not today. Not yet, at least. It'll be later.
Radiant definitely has a small lead coming out of the lanes. So Monkey King is going Diffusal, so his first move is going to be really big if he gets a couple kills and starts snowballing out of control. Like, he could just camp Yeti for the rest of the game, in theory, with his Diffusal, you know? And that could be really, really annoying. What else do we have? 8-minute rune top.
We do have his, yeah, as you mentioned, the rune top actually goes to Riceplay. Won the battle there for that one. Now he's an arcane rune ready to go, but it is a 2v2. Nobody is safe mid right now. Pudge looks for the angle, walks to the east, up the river, looking at dire vision. They see him perfectly, so they know exactly where he is. Bit of a wraparound, though, to the ancient camp. Right now,
really
Radiant are aware of
important
the
for them to scout
stacks.
this.
Well, there are 3 heroes on the way from the Radiant side, 3 on the way from the Dire side. This will be a big fight. They're going in for Bunnies. Bunnies will get absolutely blasted. Patience now retreats, but look at the stacks. Radiant are aware. Hook misses. Good sidestep by the Beastmaster. And now we're seeing more heroes rotated. Ember is right. Now a 7th hero to the Dire Tri-Camp. KU gets run at. Axes to fly. He's half HP. Now in comes Foreplay. 8 heroes bottom. In comes Sand King. 9 heroes bottom at the Tri-Camp. Riceplay is running in. Oh, Remnant forward. KU pops the Fairy Fire. He's turning. He's baiting. Riceplay has one more Remnant. The Remnant away. The neutral creep kills KU. Riceplay goes down. Ankles have been broken. Back to the stacks. Pistia's trying to take them, but the mid creeps are still alive. Kobe runs forward. He's got Burrow in 5. Gyro will grab many of these last hits, and Pistia is forced to roar the Pudge. The Pudge isn't even dead yet. Pudge is still alive. They'll jump in for Pistia. The Prime will spring forward. The Balance taking the kill. It's a trade for Pudge, but it's not worth it in the slightest. And now it's Bunnies on the run. Pattern is trying to close this gap. I don't quite think he can, but again, look at the Ancient stack. Now it's Foreplay coming in the Ancient stack now. The creeps are dying. They're being stolen, and the Dire are aware of it. Riceboy has 1 remnant. He has to do something. What can he do? The Brambles hit Sand King. Pattern zones away Ember. The creeps are almost entirely dead. A huge win for fellow Ramen, and now it's Sand King burrowing through the trees. Riceboy still running forward. He's got 2 remnants and 1 second swipe, but no chains. He hasn't even skilled chains quite yet. And Sand King will survive. Absolute rout. Big win there for the Radiant side there.
They played it perfectly. I mean, not only did they go just to set up vision to scout him, but they just brought the numbers right away. They knew there would be stacks there. And yeah, big help that that Gyro shows up. Gyro shows up with his max rocket barrage and his ulti. He team fights really well. And KU baiting Riceboy and getting denied to the neutral. Means there's almost nothing good that came out of that for Dire, except for the fact that Yeti free farmed the whole time. He just stayed top, so he has a Yasha. He's getting strong.
This is true. It was space. Mid lane, Hook, but again, Remnant away by Rice Boy. Had that defensive Remnant ready to go. I guess that's the thing with these ancient stacking and clearing offlaners. Particularly Beastmaster comes to mind, is if they have a carrier like Gyrocopter, you just steal them. I mean, that was the immediate counterpick as well. It was 8 Beastmaster into 9 Gyrocopter. That was in the back of their minds the entire time, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. Not only can he contest, but also take them himself, you know? Yeah, it all worked out really well. And the, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. The supports didn't do, they were just a little weak, you know? You only had Brambles and, like, not a lot of damage, you know? Hoodwink wasn't level 6, so... The Hook was stronger. The threat of the Pudge.
Of course. We are going to see El Clasico occur, the trade of safe lane T1 towers that you've seen probably 10,000 times in the last, what, 3.5, 4 years now, and it's going to happen again. The bot tower, of course, a little more injured than the top tower, but both will occur sooner rather than later.
So, Kobe is going for first item Bloodstone. Phase boots into Bloodstone on the Sand King. Bloodstone, if anybody is unaware, that also increases the AoE of all your spells, so extra good on Sand King, on top of the spell lifesteal.
I mean, it makes sense. Bot lane, they're going in for KU. KU's fine. I'm a little surprised, though, considering it's a Monkey Gyro, he's not going for a slightly more active item like Blink Dagger, but you know what? If he thinks he has a space to go in pushing the top lane, might as well grab the Bloodstone. Rice Boy, he's fine, right? Yeah, he's fine.
And actually, Radiant was able to hold the tower with the Jakiro spam, so they are probably going to send everybody down here and try and take a big fight. They could just, like, totally snowball their mid-game if they wipe Dire here.
Yeah, they're going in for Bunions. That's a guaranteed kill. Hook ends up missing. But actually, it might end up being a trade for KU. KU's low, though, not dead. It's actually not that... I mean, it's obviously not good, but that could have been a much more important kill than the Hoodwink.
I think it's good that Dire didn't feed there, for sure. They need Riceway to get some farm. Beastmaster needs to get some farm. It feels really bad for Pisha because he's stuck here. He has nowhere to go. But they've got their eggs are in Yeti's basket right now. Basically, they need him to show up to a fight and bank on him not dying with his net worth that he has. He's the only one with a good game.
One of those things, you know, you call him on a cell phone like, ring, ring, Yeti, you ready to farm some creeps? You better not throw the game away later. It's really all, it's all eyes on him right now.
Foreplay, even just staying bottom and farming these camps, you know, and just staying here ready to support the tower. You know, he's not just farming his triangle, AFK, and hitting ancients. So, yeah, Radiant positioned very well.
You know, it's two very different stylistic approaches to the early macro game. It's like one team is much more willing to be active. I was like, you know what? We'll do the classic hit the tri-camp with our carry thing, which obviously was extremely in vogue a few years ago, but that's been falling a little bit out of favor the more and more patches have gone on.
Yeah, Dire needs the Beastmaster Ags. He needs his Ags. And they're pretty stuck, I feel like, until he gets his Ags. It'll be a big spike in power for them.
Yeah, I mean, he needs the drums. He needs to bang the drums. 1,300 gold away, so it's not that long, but considering, again, both tri-camps have been Dusa territory, it's a little easier said than done right now.
I wonder if they will bring... It looks like they might try and bring Yeti down here with his Manta style to try and force the tower.
He's got the money for the Manta when he wants to buy it. Bottom lane, there are 4 Dire heroes right here, right now. They'll dive KU, they'll blast him down, they'll finally clear that tower, but that's a hold that probably lasted about 5 minutes longer than we expected there.
Massive win for Radiant. Biggest winner, Kobe, who has finished Bloodstone. And has not interacted with an enemy hero for like 5 minutes top lane.
Well, Pistia is
He
on
is
the
chilling.
run. He will not acquire the drums quite yet unless he can run away. But apparently the yell and walk away play ends up working. The blind hook does not hit. Pistia TPs away. Good walk away play there by the Beastmaster.
Yeah, it sucks that he has to roar and TP away, but hopefully the goal for Dire is that hopefully now they can take over some of that bottom jungle and just probably farm a little more statically until Ember's Mage Slayer is done. That's good. They'll
Yeah.
probably have to give up mid T1 tower. I think Radiant will get it for free.
Yeah, that appears to be the case. A little too many Radiant dudes chilling mid, but they're TPing in the Willow. The Beastmaster is there, but the drums of Slum are not finished, so yeah, it's probably a free take. Maybe even more than free if they kill the Dark Willow. Ice Path ends up hitting into the hook, into the burrow, and despite being in the Shadow Realm, it is a dead Dark Willow. You mentioned it earlier. It's still true now. Meanwhile, over at the edge of the river, KU's being gone on by Riceblade. Riceboy has been slowed, dismembered, and macro-fired into Boundless Strike. A bit of stun stacking goes on. Therefore, Riceboy gets away. So it's only the one kill. The tower remains alive, and the game state continues.
So one thing to note here, Sand King is not going Blink, he's going Pipe instead. And Monkey King's going BKB, so they might not have the best initiation on Radiant. That could potentially be an issue for them. But their 5-man is going to be so strong if they just are able to stand behind Gyro. He has Ags and 1k gold. Yeah, their ball will be really hard, I think, for Dire to deal with.
It's one of those things where I'm sure they feel confident with their strategy. They can say, you know what, we're in a farm, we'll keep on hitting the creeps, we'll run the train later, and, well, running the train, we're not too far from it. Ags Gyro's almost done. Type Sand King isn't that far away either, and I'm sure once you have those items, then it's time to run the train. Seems like Bloosher are not going to wait around, though. They want to do something of value. They've smoked up S4, everybody but the Snake Lady. Radiant's Tri-Camp is the name of the game right now. Problem is they're not in their Tri-Camp. They're trying to run, looking for Foreplay. The scan hits. Foreplay is half HP, trying to finish that Aghanim's. He'll call down, recognizing what's coming. Problem is there's a little bit too much damage that appears. Ice Path is perfect! Hitting on so many heroes! Foreplay is kept alive! The roar is there, but Gyro's still fine. So is Jakiro somehow. Remnant into the tower, but he's dismembered! Malphite was ready! And the tip comes out. Bunyan's is trying to clean things up. He's going for anything. He wants Foreplay. He wants any kills he can get. The pushback misses. Oh no, Bunyan's. Another hook! It's perfect from long range! Not only do they not kill the gyrocopter, they have 2 of their heroes die. It could even be a 3rd hero dying as Pattern goes in for Pistia and Patience. Patience TP's away. That will succeed. Back to Pistia. He's running on the north side. He's slowed. He's brought down 3 kills for Foe Ramen, and they are just kind of owning right now.
I'll be signing autographs out front.
Foreplay is being very disciplined, farming the creeps in the safest way possible, right? Even though it took a crazy smoke for them to get there, you know? So he's just really close to his tower, and there's no angle. Beastmaster doesn't have blink, right? Only Dire has initiation issues too, which is why Radiant's ball might be too much for them. You know, like only Riceboy can jump in. Beastmaster can't get the angle. He ran through the Power Ranger TPs.
We saw it there. Initiating on Riceboy, a lot easier said than done. He tried doing it. He got instantly dismembered. It's hard. Especially with the activation delay that was added like a year ago, it's hard.
I don't think I've ever played a single game of Ember.
It's pretty fun. Top lane, support on support violence. KU is low. In comes Riceboy. In comes Foreplay. KU is dead, but it will be Vengeance if Foreplay can find it. Though again, the slow is not there. He's slight changed by Riceboy. But in comes Pattern. That man sees Vengeance, cancels the stun, or cancels with the stun on the TP, I should say. That's a 1-for-1 sub trade.
I think Radiant's about to go. They got BKB on Pattern's Monkey. Foreplay has his Ags. I think they're ready to go run it. Any objective they want, really.
Yeah,
How about Roche?
hypothetically,
I haven't thought about Roche.
yeah, Roche is a
Sorry,
good
go.
idea. They have the pipe as well. It's 18 gold away, so that's all 3 of the big items. They're ready to go.
Yeah, huge timing from Radiant. Ice Yeti's farm is getting there, though. He almost has Butterfly, which might be... Well, it'll put him over the edge against manning up against the Monkey and the Gyro for a little bit, I think. So they might be able to take a fight. They might try fighting into this timing.
It's going to be certainly interesting if that does happen. See a free shard for Pudge, by the way. Notoriously good shard, and... Well, it's literally free.
Yeah, Aether Lens online already, so... Once the Blink is available, anybody who gets roared is insta-saved. Just about, you know, it'll make Dyer's jump a lot harder to pull off. I mean, Pishta doesn't even have Blink Dagger yet, so it's been a rough one for him.
Yeah. Going to certainly be a little bit difficult, but, you know, more difficult games have been won. We are waiting on Roshan, of course. We did mention it earlier, but it's not quite done yet. But look at the positioning. They're walking towards the Roshan area right now.
I think my prediction here, Badger, is that if this game lasts 45 minutes or less, then Radiant will win. But if it lasts more than that, I think Dyer's going to win. That's what I think.
Sounds like getting to that point in the game is going to be hard, though. Because, I mean, second Roshan's going to be, what, like minute 32, 33? And when second Roshan happens, the enemy throne kind of just dies, so it's going to be hard.
But if they get there, they got the Hoodwink scaling with his Gleipnir eventually. Maybe Willow could even go Ags, maybe.
That's a big if, though. That's a very big if. I think you might even need longer than 45. I think you might need like 55 minutes at this point.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'm being optimistic.
Yeah, it is free Roshan. It will end up being Aegis for the Gyrocopter, I'm assuming. Yep, he's backpacking in the lifesteal. That'll be a second life for the Gyrocopter, and well, there's plenty of tier 2s to slap on down. Even a tier 1 bottom lane, even a Tormentor on the Dire side, so really, KU and company have their pick of objectives to go for right now.
AU got the Dream neutral item. He's got the Grove Bow, and then his next level up, he'll probably get the 200 attack range talent. You Liquid Frost people from across the map. It's crazy, actually. Big deal for that hero.
You know the funny part with Grove Bow? It's like 4 to 5 heroes don't care in the slightest about it, but the other 1 out of 5 heroes want it literally every game possible.
Yeah, that's true.
More
it's
Grove Bow.
Super S tier or whatever.
Hero, of course, one of the few supports that really enjoys this this Grove Bow item a lot, and well, he's got it.
So I'm seeing that Pattern is gonna go for Monkey King Bar, so he's gonna try and itemize to be able to kill the Dusa. Gyro, I think he'll go it after Satanic. I don't really know. I'm not a carry player, but that would be my guess. Or maybe they just let Monkey focus the Dusa and he'll build some other items. I don't know what you build on Gyro. Oh, fighting mid lane. Look at the smoke.
Yeah, it's going to be a jump against the Sand King. That's a hard target to go on. Gyro now shows, but again, he's got 2 lives. They'll find Pod on the south side instead in the jungle. They should be able to kill him, and they eventually will. In comes the call down. In comes the Remnant away by Rice Boy. A bit of a disengagement play coming out right here, right now. Rice Boy will tank a missile, but he got a Remnant on the floor. But they stun the Monkey King. He's roared, the ideal target before he gets his big DB off, and he's already dead.
Making mistakes.
I don't know who killed that tree. It must have pitched his axes.
It was P-Guy God. The axes on the return. So he threw them, and then Monkey jumped to the tree, and then on the return, they cut it down.
That's absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect timing there. Now at this point, suddenly there's a lot more life. I mean, you're gonna have to wait for the respawns on their MK and their Pudge, and before that happens, they might even lose some T2 mid lane.
And this is the Butterfly Dusa timing, right? This is what they were farming for. I mean, he might be the strongest hero in the game, the Medusa, you know? I think he outfights just about anybody. Especially after that death. Pattern is only a javelin towards his MKB, you know? So it's a long ways off to fight through the evasion.
The funny part is you're trying to buy this Monkey King bar out of a Monkey King. You're already Monkey King. Why do you need a Monkey King bar? You know. Spy.
Exactly.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
It should be his innate. That should be his innate. Get rid of mischief. He can never miss.
That'd be extremely evil, I'm sure. That'd be extremely evil. Then again, though, what heroes would suffer? Windrunner, Phantom Assassin, Tinker. Wait a minute. Maybe we're okay with this move, actually.
Yeah, all the annoying heroes.
Power
Ooh,
outage. Oh,
unlucky.
no.
Not sure where he lives at. Hopefully, staying safe with if any like hurricane related stuff. I don't know if he's out in the Houston area.
I mean, surely if he's in the Houston area, either he'd have power or he wouldn't have power. The hurricane's been gone for like a week now, right? So I know there's still some.
You never know.
I know there's places.
Sometimes infrastructure stuff. Sometimes it's whatever.
Oh.
Oh shoot. Okay, just in case.
That's a good question.
That's easy.
That's
P guy is a 5K player.
I need to like actually check. What did we
I
consider
don't know
him
what he
at?
signed up as.
That's what I need to check. I need to go back into our documents and see what we we listed him as. I know some of the players who were in there we treat a little differently internally within active players,
I
etc.
think
But
I think he's unranked. I feel like he's like 7 or 7.5K.
we had him listed at
At
7.
least.
We had him listed at 7 even on our sheets. So
Yeah, I think that's about fair.
I guess in that case we can pencil that one in as like a
So is there any would they then just forfeit this game? Probably. I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen, but there's no way to like save the game state, right, and like load another player in, right?
I
That's, like,
mean,
not
technically yes, but not for me. I don't have the power to do that.
Yeah.
Like the ability to do that exists, but I don't have the ability to do that.
Let's get a Valve employee on our payroll. Let's hire him so that he can do that shit for us.
If this was this time 2 years ago, we have a much better shot of that, to be honest. I've lost my my connections are fucking gone, bro.
Unlucky. Well,
What can
hopefully
you do?
P-Guy's connection is not gone. Hopefully he's able to return because they were. I mean, that was like the first positive thing that happened for Dire all game, maybe, right? Like that was like easily their biggest kill. So
Yeah, it was.
I mean, not only was it their biggest kill, it was literally the first kill on an enemy core. That was the first death for a Radiant core.
I'm opening up the little graph thing that shows when stuff happened. Let's see the last time a Dire. Last time
Yep.
Jakiro died at minute 20. Actually, it's not that long ago. And it's been mostly killing
But
KU
before
though.
that, even look at that.
When's
Look at
the last
that.
time they killed somebody who wasn't KU? Because minute 20 they killed KU. Minute 15 they killed KU.
At minute 9, they killed.
They killed Pudge at minute 9.
I mean, it's been bare bones. They've been scrapping by on Dire, but they have been funneling all that net worth into Yeti, and I think I don't know, he's reaching kind of a critical mass. It's an issue that Radiant has to solve now for sure.
I know you were mentioning earlier that he was the strongest hero on the map, and I would agree with that. But I guess on the flip side, the 3 most next impactful heroes are probably on the Radiant side right now. So it's certainly a fine line to walk of like what do you. I mean, you saw it in the last fight where the Ember and the Beastmaster were able to do a lot with relatively little farm compared to their Radiant counterparts, but the farm is good.
Yep.
It's good to have items. I mean, controversial opinion. It's good to have items in Dota.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. And then, I mean, speaking of items, right? Pattern hasn't got to use his BKB yet, and so, like, if Dire is trying to position around Yeti, and stand there and make him be strong, having Pattern just scout out the back lines and go in with his BKB and commit, it can make it really hectic. It might, Yeti's team might crumble around him even if he is the strongest for a little bit here. So
the hard part though is, I mean, you get this hero like Deuce has a lot of split damage, so if you're not at the very least sort of stunning her as you kill her teammates, she's going to do a lot of damage. And there are certain lineups you can outmaneuver the Medusa. This is not one of those lineups though, where it's super easy to outmaneuver Medusa. Like you're going to have to actually outright stun Medusa with something, whether it's missile, ice path, burrow. Choose an ability of your choice. But if this hero is hitting, I mean, we were literally one item away from Medusa just kind of hitting. I am doing critical mass damage. I mean, two
Yeah,
items
I think
technically,
so.
but I'm sure Scotty will be a
Yeah.
huge deal there.
You'd probably go what, Scotty Daedalus or something, or Scotty Swiftblink. That would probably be the play.
I would probably go Daedalus, but I'm not really a Dusa player the caliber of Yeti, so whatever he goes for, I'm sure it's fine.
So this is interesting. Right after the pause, people might not remember what's been happening. So Foreplay takes mid. They're smoked up behind him while Dire is pushing out bottom.
You see, I mean, they're pinging a little bit top lane, a little bit in the Dire jungle. They're thinking hard right now. They're definitely thinking hard.
A good scan by Dire, and CKU's 2 wards that he placed, 2 super aggro wards in the Dire woods. They're really just waiting to see people connecting to the pressure they're going to apply top lane.
I mean, the good news is the Radiant wards almost certainly won't get dewarded. The bad news is they seem to know, like, hey, this entire area is a dead zone now. Let's just not go over here. We'll just trade. And I mean, considering you're playing down in Aegis, trading is super fine for you.
Yeah, Foreplay's still scary. He showed up to that tower with the shield rune. So his Satanic is finished in a wave or 2. Ags is next for Dusa. Okay, I didn't... Oh, wait. Okay, he's flip-flopping a bit. We'll see what he commits to later.
He's thinking, you know, Ag Scepter plus Ag Shard, a bit more durability, I'm sure, with that one, getting some more mana restore, and a bit more lockdown, I guess, but it's certainly interesting, for sure.
Okay, so... We're going to react to the Radiant pressure. So here is where there might be a chance for someone to feed on these wards. We'll see if Foe or Ramen... Or, I'm sorry, if Ramen wants to stay around there.
Yeah, they're going to stay right here, and Dire's not going to walk here. If you walk in here, I'm drawing an X through your body. You're just dead. It's like, do not walk past this. Where's the line? This is a danger line right here. You do not walk past this line. This is not a safe place to be.
Yeah, Aegis is out in 10 seconds. I think we might see a move. Gem on Sand King. So they're really trying to play the vision game here.
And they're certainly going to get a D ward in the near future, assuming that, yeah, there we go. You can walk right in a straight line. There's a ward. They know it's there,
Hey,
right?
he can see that. He can see that. Stop that.
So someone, whoever Yellow's pinged it, Malefic pinged it, they know. I would say being able to see cast your arrows would be absolutely hilarious. I guess there was a glitch.
It would be funny if you could see it only part of the time.
Imagine if you have like competing caster crews, like you're like one's trying to help cheat and the other one's trying to like anti-cheat, where it's like, all right, you're gonna give bad stuff on purpose to help the other team. Kind of like, you know, like real sports, right? They have like casting crews for each like say you watch a basketball game, right? Celtics versus Knicks. You'll have the Boston crew, you'll have the New York crew.
Yep.
Be a bit of that
Yeah,
dynamic there. Now, obviously, you can yell from the commentator booth into the court. Top lane Burrow. That's a lot of lockdown. That's a very dead ember, by the way. It would be hilarious if we could do that in Dota. It certainly would be game breaking. You see a little bit of that with crowd noise type stuff, where, you know, bad boosts, a lot of crowd noise, but that's more like a thing in like CS than it is in Dota, from what I could tell, where it's a little easier to like yell A, yell B than it is to communicate. I mean, other like Roshan, what do you communicate? You know. Gank, I guess. Speaking of gank, they're going to the giant track here. Burrow gets Medusa into a missed hook. The Stone Gaze away pattern. Holds his BKB for now. They're forward. Radiant are taking a little bit of damage here, but nobody's dead quite yet. Pisha is very low. Patience is very low. Patience will end up going down, so it's 2 dead on the Dire side. I think both the teams probably could have won that fight decisively. Neither one did, though. Ended up being a relatively uneventful fight, despite a lot of heroes being there.
The Gyro took a lot of damage there, but Malefic with the Aether Lens Dismember save. No worry there. And that is a fight without the Ember at all. Ember also did finish a BKB, so he's got a 9-second one ready to use.
Meta course is going to be nice. Obviously, it's not a foolproof this game. I mean, Point Blank, Blink Burrow, or Dismember, both viable options. Especially if you're like a long range from fog hook into shift click dismember, then you're rocking. But BKB's still nice. Burrow, speaking of Burrow, mid laning, it's Beastmaster. Rock on the way as well, but he's got his teammates backing him up. Brambles hit 4-play, hook away by Malefic. 4 plays, half HP, only has 1 life, but has Satanic and has Friends. Do you see that graphical glitch on Sand King right now?
What on Sand King?
You see the graphical glitch right now on him?
Oh yeah, what
it's like
the
the
heck?
Dark Willow
That's
Bramble
weird.
effects. That's
All right,
hilarious.
I hope he likes that. It looks like that's here to stay, so hopefully it doesn't annoy him.
this is wonky. I'm sure eventually either he'll die or he'll get like dismembered or something, and it'll get rid of it. But for now,
The gem pickup has been so good for Radiant, actually. I mean, just getting rid of those wards and then pushing out, you know, and then on the flip side, their wards stay up, you know, don't get dewarded, leads to the Rice Boy kill.
of course,
Roche could be up. We're fighting around Roche is what it looks like. Dire's smoked.
we are just into the respawn window. Both teams, if they timed it, know it can be alive, but the odds of Roshan being alive right now is like a 1 in 6, so not that high. Obviously, we know when it spawns, a minute 15 from now, but the teams don't know quite the exact time, so we're waiting.
Fighting around the Roche pit is scary against Monkey King. There's just so many different trees. However, the high ground cliff could be... You can catch a glimpse of him, you know, like jumping across the trees. I think we'll probably see if Radiant tries to contest. I would expect like a smoke up north, like for the big wraparound.
Ooh, they're going for the much more bold option. They're going to the south. Right into the high ground. A very bold decision, but if it pays off, Sand King breaks his smoke. He'll burrow the Dusa. Dusa is ready to fight, has Stone Gates ready to go if she wants to use it. Holds it for now. Terrorize, hits 1. The Sharpshooter as well. Nobody's dead quite yet. Both teams have used some spells. Slight Chains on Jakiro. Axis to fly. KU's damage, but again, nobody dead for now. Dire now retreat a bit away from the Roshan pit to the north side. Reeking of Roshan, he spawns in 15. And both teams patient, both teams waiting for Roshan. Radiant, they have the ward, they have vision, and now they're smoking his 5. Dire, I believe, are unaware of that smoke. But they might know something is up. They're now going to the north side, as you mentioned earlier. They're running towards Bunions. They don't see Bunions, but now they see him. Blink. Burrow, a fantastic target to go on. In comes the backup. The stone from Yeti. Rice Boy tanks the hook. BKB's in time. The roar on Pudge. Pudge is dead, and both Willow and Hook are still alive. 4 plays incredibly low right now. Satanic's on cooldown. Punch by Theft. Rice Boy's cleaning things up right now. Patience is finally up. Look over 4 play. He's got no heal. He's been brought down. Back to the south side. In comes the Epi. But where are the heroes? They're dead. It's only Sand King and Pudge. Pudge hooks him away. He's got Temper to blink away. A fantastic save for Rice Boy. He's actually not in range. But guess who's here? It's our good friend Roshan. And Dire have 5 heroes ready to go.
That's insane. Not only did Bunions not die, but he still has a Fairy Fire in his inventory. Patience died and bought back. Malefic died and bought back. If Malefic did not buy back, then surely Kobe would have died as well. They just kited that ring so well. The Dire had pretty good positioning. The Patience hit a good terror, and I didn't quite see how 4-play got taken so low, but I was more focused on what you saw, Rice Boy getting hooked. And then activating BKB, they killed the Pudge, and then kind of kited out the ring.
I'm pretty sure that was going to be on the Dusa. If it was on Dusa, suddenly she's isolated. You just win the man fight with Gyro. But suddenly Dusa's just winning the man fight with all these items. You know, very fit. I mean, again, game inches right there, really.
Yeah, it is. I'm wondering about Dusa. I don't know how. Like, I think she can maybe fight Monkey in his ring. Like, if she turns her Stone Gaze on and just hits him, and then she can like snake him and make him stone again, she might have enough physical damage to just like punch through his bonus armor, you know? I'm really curious to see how that'll work out. Malefic might go down mid.
He is incredibly dead mid. Surely. Wait a minute, he dismembers into the ice path. Rice Boy's been baited. The Burrow on too. He's got the Remnant ready to go. He'll slight. He'll BKB forward, accepting it's fight time. There's no running, it's only fighting. He doesn't bring down KU, but Ice City brings him down anyways. Pistio roars the Sand King. In comes Wukong's command, but it's too little, too late. You've lost 3, you've lost the tower, and now you're playing down 3, down Aegis, and Dire on your high grounds.
Roshan's banner placed in the mid lane. Infinite push coming through. This is where the Dire draft comes in full swing. The Medusa supercharged with the Aegis, with the Beastmaster aura, and the, you know, just all the extra attack speed. Top lane still has a tier 2 tower, so they cannot take the megas off of this. But the Pudge being on dieback is so big. It means that Pisha can freely just blink roar anybody, and they can't get saved. So it allows them to commit on Kobe there in the base.
Ooh, wait a minute. They managed to get double glyph off because of that, right? Because Midrak's gonna die. They're gonna be able to glyph again if memory serves. Yeah, they will. Both the double glyph if they want to use it. But they're holding it. They're holding their glyph for the time being. It'll end up being 2 sets fully taken by old Bloosher. They've still got the Aegis. The banner is technically still mid for what that's worth.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, that's a huge... Again, we were both pretty convinced that that this Radiant sign were in the driver's seat, but apparently some kind of crash has occurred. Dire have piloted the vehicle into their winning state now.
Yeah, maybe they weren't as aggressive as they could have been with the Aegis. That the kill on Pattern by cutting his tree really took the wind out of their sails. And then, I mean, just winning the Roche fight, right, is everything. Win the Roche fight, you can win the game.
Yeah.
So wait out the Aegis, right? Don't feed into the Aegis.
You know, it's funny.
That whole fight is. Oh, sorry. Go.
I mean, you're mentioning how great this Radiant team fight is right in the Roshan pit, but it's like, all right, let's just not fight at the Roshan pit. And turns out outside the Roshan pit worked out pretty well. Radiant smoked us 4. I think they see Yeti. They know Yeti's there. The Blink, the Shivas, the Burrow, the Ice Path. Problem is, he's still got 2 lives. He's stone gazing. Everybody's stoned. This could be an absolute disaster. Big KB from 4-play, but he's still stoned! Yet he's still fighting. Finally, he's dead. But look at the team fight. It's chaotic right now. Aurora onto the gyrocopter. Pudge is stunned away. In comes Satanic. 4-play is trying to lifesteal. He's trying to lifesteal. He's away again, but yet he's dead this time. Bloodstone from Kobe. He's still staying alive as well. Suddenly it's Radiant winning the fight. 4-play at long last will go down, but it's cleanup time. Burrow onto the Beastmaster. Sand King dead. Beastmaster dead. It's currently a 3v3. The Sups are alive. Down goes Pudge, but down goes Ember. It's Sups against Monkey King. I like Monkey King right now. TP away by Patience. Bunnions will attempt to get away. He's scurrying away right now, but Pattern's still hunting. He's got that Primal Spring, and it's perfectly on point. He'll try to sharpshooter away. But it's not going to work, it appears. He's just... Wait a minute. There's no way he lives here, right? There's no way he lives here, right? Okay, there's no way he lives here. That'll be a 4-for-3 trade, including the Aegis kill as well. That's... Wait a minute. He's TPing! He's TPing!
Wow.
Make that a 3-for-3, but still an absolutely gigantic win for Ramen.
That's good for morale, though. That's good for team morale on Dire. No sarcasm either. It's good to get a little win out of there. I can't believe Yeti. I mean, they went on Yeti in that hard camp, and he literally stayed in that spot for what, 30 seconds, like 40 seconds. They killed him without the ring for the first life, and then they just dropped the ring on him, and they had the control. The rest of Dire was too focused on the Pudge. They were really trying to find the Pudge because they don't want him to save whoever they try and commit on. But they ended up leaving Yeti a little too isolated.
It was certainly chaotic. Then there was Yeti here, heroes here, Radiant heroes here and here and here. It was a mess. But again, I guess the mess worked out well for this very messy Radiant comp here.
One, and probably what also happened is the Monkey King bar on Pattern is probably what led to that. I don't think I caught that. So allows him to kill Medusa more reliably. So
you think about Yeti, he's not really a great single target killer. I mean, obviously you get like a 1v1 against the gyrocopter can go pretty well, but a 1v1 Monkey King, not ideal. And because the fight was so spread out, you couldn't really split shot too much there. I think it was only split shot like maybe 2 heroes during that. So That's really a lot of your value on the Snake Lady sort of stopped.
Yeah, big back and forth game. I mean, a lot of tier 2 towers still up for 40 minutes, right? The Radiant top T2 tower, and then mid and bottom for Dire still up. So 2 lanes of racks down for Radiant. Their map is going to be a little awkward to play, but they have, I mean, basically all their heroes can clear the wave pretty easily, so minus the Pudge, so it's not that big a deal for them. Like super creeps, I don't know what you call this, just like raxed creeps. They just don't feel strong enough. I feel like they could be a little stronger. Everyone has so many like wave clear spells, you know. I feel like it could be beefed up a little bit more.
That's a problem with the wave clear, not with the creeps. The creeps have been the same. It's the heroes that have changed.
Yeah, exactly. So let's buff the creeps up a bit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but
Maybe
then
there's
that
something
that
more
almost
fun.
necessitates more wave clear, and the heroes that already don't do good wave clear are only going to be worse.
That's fair. That's fair.
We are looking at
We're-
oh, you're saying?
Are we looking at Roche? Is that what we're looking
We
for?
are looking at Roshan right now. I'm staring at the boar, who's staring at the pits. I could probably leave my camera here if I really wanted to. This is by far the most important spot on the map right now.
As a fellow position 5 player, do you like knowing that your role in the game is sometimes being the boar in the Roshan pit, literally just sitting here waiting for the thing to spawn? It makes me feel a little bad.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I remember the first time I really saw that. It was like the TI5 NA qualifiers. I think it was either like Bleak or Beat, someone with a B in their name. He uses every game, sitting in the Roshan pit on sup, like, alright guys, I'm in the Roshan pit. They won the qualifier too, so clearly sitting in the Roshan pit, effective strategy, and oh no! Look at that respawn time! That is nearly 3 minutes. It's like 2 minutes 55.
And it's so long that it'll spawn at 44 minutes, so it might be, like, unless Dire is already there, ready to kill it, it might be too awkward to start, and they might end up having to fight top for Roche, which benefits old Bloosher, the Dire team, in the long run. So
The only problem is, though, again, they're going to, both teams are not aware. I mean, Dire are, but Radiant are not aware. They're gonna fight anyways, thinking the Roshan could be alive. They could be in the Roshan, but they scans. They know somebody's over here on this high ground area. They think, oh, maybe Patience is here guarding the Roshan attempt. Therefore, it's wrap around on the north side. Foreplay and Kobe leading the way. Radiant now scan the Roshan pit, so they know they're not in the Roshan pit, but they know they're around here somewhere. Maybe they'll blind play this this out, not the outpost, the Twin Gate area here. There's a sheep as a burrow. It finds Patience. That will certainly be a dead Dark Willow. There's time to escape. This could be an absolute disaster. Beastmaster BKBs. He roars and tries to run away. Now Yeti will Stone Gaze. It's a fantastic Stone Gaze, though. Buyback from Willow. They know it's fight time. In comes the Wukong, but he's stoned on Monkey King. In comes Yeti, but it's hitting almost nothing right now. Rice Boy looks to maneuver. He's now stunned, though. He can speak me off of time. He's dead. He couldn't BKB. And now it's Yeti again trying to fight. Look at foreplay. He's BKB. He's got Satanic, but he's losing the fight. He's saved by Malefect. He's popped out again. But it's the patience. It's everything. What a beautiful play from the buyback, Dark Willow. The tips are deserved, and Roshan's still not here.
that was an epic team fight. So well played by Radiant. They follow the chicken, right? They follow the courier, leading him to Patience. They blind jump, kill him first, and then he is able to buy back and make the long walk back to the team fight to hit the final terrorize to solidify the win. And they're going to force buybacks. They're going to go look at the T4s. The top lane is still pushed out so far, so this is their play. They know that Roche is not up. They still got the board there, so...
That's one buyback. And they know Jakiro does not have his, but you fight with Pudge at the fountain. There's a lot of danger there. So now Sand King's used his gyros up in 30. He might be forced to use his buyback. Of course, they want to hold that buyback. That's the most important buyback they can hold if they can do it.
Yeah, they also have Glyph. Oh, okay, Glyph used.
Perhaps a bit premature, but it's... What's done is done. The die has been cast, but... Apparently the die being cast is enough. They're a little bit threatened to potential hook into fountain plays, I'm assuming. And look, you know what? We got 2 buybacks, we got a tier 4, we got a glyph. We're content with this.
And not only that, they should have guaranteed Roche control because it should be on their side of the map. which gives him buyback. Buyback TP to the outpost control, right? So big advantage in the team fight. And oh, Sand King did buy back too. I didn't notice this. I saw Malefic did, and then the Sand King bought back too. So that big kills for Dire to get if they can pop the Sand King in a roar, or even the Pudge, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and
Oh, the ward. They found
yeah,
foreplay. He should
Radiance
be fine.
only here is 3. Radiance only here is 3. It could get dicey if they just commit.
Foreplay has been stoned. He's look. It's the same with the boar. He's forced to blink. Remember, he's word on Pudge. Sand King tanks the sharpshooter. He's stunning on forward, but it's an absolute chaotic fight. Another 4-man terrorized from Patience. Double kill for Bunions. 1 kill for Pistia. Jakiro's arrived, but it's way too little. Way too late.
Holy.
We are about to see a GG column.
GG,
No one's got
yeah.
buyback. It's over.
Wow. Well played, old Bloosher. All right, game 1 in the books. Patience with the exclamation point with the 2 big terrorizes.
Oh man, this is fantastic team fighting there from old Bloosher.
It paid off in the end. They drafted a bunch of the big team fight spells, and they were able to execute the fights. That was fun.
How can you not be romantic about Dota sometimes? You know, it's hard not to be.
Think about that play, the couple of plays where Bunions just didn't die, and he finishes 9, 4, and 10. You know, most kills on his team.
That was only with the Gleipnir for damage, too. Not get Daedalus or anything. Just the Gleipnir's enough.
That was maybe a little forced at the end, or maybe just not super clean by Radiant at the end. They showed with 3 heroes up there, and they kind of like poked a little bit. Foreplay was like up pretty much right next to the pit, and the rest of his team was in his base. So
I think they
Bloosher called the bluff.
I think they were rightfully worried though about the Roshan pick. I think if they just sat back and did nothing, they just lose the game. So I think they did what they had to.
Oh, I don't like that they went there. I think that if they just go as a unit, give a little bit of a better chance. But then they were dealing with the creeps, so maybe the creeps in the base, you know, maybe they're strong enough. Maybe I need to be quiet about that.
The super creep showed off. Like, yeah, we're good.
Yep.
We're powerful.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Jakiro being there immediately would have changed things all that much. Because again, it's that ward spot up the gyro. It's a fantastic hero to see, you know. And they had him isolated. Let's see who has
That was a fun first game. Best of 3, right? Best of 3.
It is indeed. Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna cut us to a quick break. My name is Badger. I'll be joined by Simon for game number 2. We'll see you again for game 2. Follow Ramen taking on old Bloosher. Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for game number 2 of the Winners Bracket Finals in Season 15 between Fellow Ramen on the Dire side and Game 1's winners, Old Bloosher on the Radiant side. I'm once again joined by longtime Lads player, Lads caster Simon. Game 1, man, that was fun.
It was very back and forth. Both teams had opportunities to win. Split the Aegises evenly, just about. Or, I mean, Bloosher took the last one, right? But Radiant or Ramen took the first one. Bloosher took the second one. Fun team fights around Roche.
The funny part is we here in the commentator booth acting as chief prognosticators are like, you know what? It's already over. Old Bloosher can only win at what? Minute 45, minute 55. That ended, wait, end of 45. You were actually right.
However, though, they were in a much stronger position than I thought, like earlier. Like they looked really strong at 35 minutes, you know? It paid off, right? Even though they sacked the other lanes, right? Beastmaster had a really, really rough game. Dusa was untouched. They just let Yeti AFK free farm, and they defended the bottom tower for a really long time, but Yeti carried it in the end.
It's a good day to play Medusa and hit creeps. If you're being technical, any day on Dusa you're allowed to hit creeps, it's a good day.
The bans look just about the same from the last game. It was Old Bloosher first picking Beastmaster, and so they have the opportunity to first pick again. So it looks like Pho or Ramen decided to take Dire, maybe? Or
they picked
maybe
second,
they just
they
wanted
grabbed
second
pick, yeah.
Oh, they wanted second pick? Okay.
They did. Which again, it's same pick order but different sides. So, you know, maybe the map changes will ever so slightly change things, but probably not. I'd imagine again, similar brand of Dota from both teams.
Yeah, I wonder if they lose confidence in the Beastmaster because of how poorly it went, or I wonder if they should just send it. I feel like they should just send it again and say, hey, trying to solve it. Oh, Tiny is in the pool. Okay, that's better.
That's a very fair and balanced hero selected, Mr. Rockman, who I forget who I was having this conversation with, but Tiny, unironically, might be the best hero in Dota history, like in terms of like consistently being a viable hero. He's been good in like 4 different roles with like 17 different item builds over a billion different patches. He's just here, you know, like Dota 1 and Dota 2. He's just a very consistent hero, and he's here again.
Toss is one of the most fun spells in the game, I think. It's just too fun to toss someone onto other people. Okay, and they take Beast in response. So the Tiny, I think, is almost surely just gonna go mid. It could flex to position 4 for Bunions. It's still just as good on support because you get really high nuke damage from the toss and the slow, so it's just as viable.
Mid Tiny, we have gone full circle. Mid to carry to sup to other sup back to mid. It's full circle.
And talking about full circle, Craggy Exterior is back, baby. So extra full circle.
It's funny how these things, you know, in a game where everything just keeps changing so rapidly, this one hero who, again, he's gathering no moss. He's still the same. He's still smiling. And at this point, he's got a quarry to sell. He's ready to play some Dota 2.
Enigma ban. Okay. Yeah, what other like Monkey King, Weaver is banned already. TA got ignored last draft. Probably nobody will pick TA.
I know
It's like
Yeti's
all
not
cores.
Yeti's definitely not a TA player, right? There's no way.
Yeah, no, not really. It's all cores that are banned, which means there's a lot of like really good high tiered subs available. Like I can see Patience just running back the Dark Willow again, you know? I mean, he had really good terrors in the end game fights, you know, that helped solidify the win. And the Hoodwink as well, right? Hoodwink is just is good. But Bunyan's found good value, even though he was slow. You know, he just did Hoodwink things and farmed waves, you know, and strong enough to do some damage in the fights. Didn't die. That might have been the biggest highlight. That one juke. I can't believe he out-juked a Monkey King as Hoodwink. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's well. I mean, it wasn't that consequential, but the morale, you're feeling so good internally after that. Sometimes in Dota, you gotta feel good to play good, you know.
Dude, no cap. That was a huge moral victory. I'll even go so far. If he dies there, then old Bloosher loses the game. They rallied around Bunions. And so the Imba combo that won last game is now in the hands of Pho or Ramen. They have stolen the Beast plus Hoodwink.
This is a fun day. Once again, they banned out the ICID trio we mentioned in game one draft, CK, Weaver, Ursa. I thought for a second they weren't going to ban Ursa, but nah, KU made the right move. Because I feel like if you go Ursa into this Beastmaster Hoodwink lane, it just feels so free for Ursa.
Yeah.
Well, it is once again Dark Willow. If you're a fan of Dark Willow, I got some good news for you. Back-to-back games. So we're missing Dusa and Ember for the entire
Yeah.
all of last game's heroes on the Bloosher side to get picked again.
Yeah, I think they'll probably pick Bunyan's hero here. Like you could Spirit Breaker maybe, or well, yeah, they could maybe pick a core. This could be their subdue, and maybe they pick another core here. I think I would want Tiny to just be mid though. I feel like it's just like the best when it's mid.
I would agree. But they're holding the flex for now. They've grabbed the gyrocopter. A lot of game one heroes back, though. Again, a lot of these heroes switching sides, except for Dark Willow, who's still riding the patience right now.
I was wondering if they would do this with if they would take the gyro from the last game. Yet he plays it well. It's one of his better ranged carries. Medusa's maybe his best, but he's good on gyro. So I mean that lane did go really well for gyro last game. So
I do want to. I hate to be a stickler, but you forgot Weaver. Just that's definitely his best range carry.
oh, it is. You're so right. I'm sorry.
This dude
Weaver's
has
not a
got like
ranged hero.
this hero.
Weaver's not a
This
ranged
dude's got
hero.
like 13,000 games on Weaver. I don't know why he does. He's been playing this hero nonstop for like the last 9 years now. I don't know what's wrong with him mentally, but it's his hero.
It's a good thing that it's banned. I think that's the most annoying hero for me right now. I hate playing against that guy. That and Monkey King,
You know,
which did get banned.
Weaver's one of those heroes that's annoyed people for a very, very long time. I remember way back in the day, me and my sort of like amateur semi-pro stack, we literally Q sniped Purium Flax. I just picked Weaver, and he got so mad at me. He was insulting my family. I was he was very, very angry about my Weaver picking. And you know what? It is what it is. We were being, I mean, we were not being bad mannered. We were not all chatting them. But we did pick some degenerate heroes, so he was right to be mad at us.
It is frustrating to play against, to say the least. I wonder what Pho or Ramen is going to do here. I think they were going to pick their safe lane combo, right? So what carry do you want against the gyro, and who do you pick to support him? I have no idea what they would pick, so we'll see. Razor. Okay, maybe that's their mid. I think Foreplay will play this carry, but so there's a little bit of flex potential there.
I like it better mid. I made I'm not gonna say famous quote, but somewhat contested quote when I said at the time that this Razor carry hero, not a carry, play it another role. I was very insistent upon that, and I got a lot of pushback for that. But I remember I was tracking it for a bit, and Razor carry was really underperforming the other roles, so I stand by it still.
I'm kind of with you. I think it's usually better as like mid or off lane. It feels like you just need like a little more damage from someone else. However, this could be this is Dota 2024, right? With you get the Sven support.
This is unironically
So-
might be Razor carries. Like, Razor carries Sven sup doesn't even seem that bad of a lane actually.
No, it's probably really strong because you give him bonus move speed as well to chase even with your stun. The Sven Warcry is a really good answer to the gyro. And then yeah, it could potentially lane with the Razor. It could even go carry, maybe. I think Sven is good as carry against gyro too. So yeah, they have a lot of options on the Dire draft. We'll see how they tie it together. And I think this is position 3 Winter Wyvern for Pistia. Or it might be position 4. They'll maybe give it a little bit of flex. But I know that he likes to play that hero score.
They have a lot of flex. I mean, both Tiny and Wyvern on paper still flexes, so you have at least some degree of mystery still some degree of, hey, we might do this, we might do that. It's probably Wyvern Sup Tiny Mid, but you never know.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, what I think I
5
want
seconds
Bloosher to
remaining.
pick. I don't know, like another support. I feel like Shadow Demon could be good for them. Shadow Demon Purge looks really good, and then the Disruption to save from the Roar. I feel like that could be good, but then the lanes might be a little too wonky. On the other side, for Fut or Ramen, they probably need a mid or a safe. What is pattern
10
like?
seconds remaining.
Yeah, I feel like
Maybe not Pango against the
5
Curse.
seconds remaining.
there's a pattern classic I actually like a lot this game, and that is Dawnbreaker Mid. If that's I don't know if that's really viable enough in the current day, but I feel like this would be a super sick Dawnbreaker Mid game for him.
It's interesting. I haven't seen him play that. That could be good. I like that. I think that hero is fun. I like that when that hero gets played.
Last time this team won lads, there was a lot of pattern Dawnbreaker Mids, so
10 seconds
obviously it's been a couple patches since that, but
5
you never know.
seconds remaining.
And we learned something from the bands. Wind Band and Ember Band, which makes me think that they want to pick like a melee hero like I don't really know.
I think it's not Tiny Mid. I think it's like either Tiny Sup Wyvern 3 or
Yeah,
Wyvern Sup Tiny 3. Either
That's
way, I
what it
think
looks-
this 23 pick is Rice Boys,
10 seconds remaining.
and they might be right about that actually.
Yeah, and maybe it makes the most sense if it's Wyvern with a Tiny supporting him in the lane. That lane sounds kind of strong. It could probably do some damage.
And Razor Core Sven Sup into Wyvern Core Tiny Sup, the real hyper modern
Yeah, yeah.
2024 lane.
Yeah, Bizarro World.
You tell somebody that in like 2014, they're like, huh,
Dire team
you're high. It's probably Rubik's Up, but we don't actually know yet.
There are a lot of good Rubik spells to steal. I mean, just about everything is pretty damn good that you can get. Even stealing the War Cry could be really good. So he's got some juicy ones out. Yeah, we'll see where they put that. It could be mid. I don't hate like the Rubik mid when you get Phylactery and Dagon or something, or just even just scaling into Ags or whatever.
I'm like 87% sure it's Rubik's Up, but you never know. You never know. 25 seconds reserve time left for KU. Looking to lock in his last hero.
There's a lot of squishy dudes on old Bloosher. Someone who can go in and blow somebody up, like backline jump or high magic damage. Like Zeus could be good. Like Wyvern heals somebody, you just keep nuking them with Zeus. Like who cares, you know? I think something like that could be good. Could be an option. But I don't really know.
Whoa,
Oh, Morphling. I was gonna say the
there.
Morphling. Fuck, I forgot.
Okay. That is not the role I expected, but it is a 4-play classic. Obviously, notoriously good in the Gyrocopter. A hero who does pretty well in the Tiny and Wyvern as well. So, like, this is actually a really great Morphling game.
It does look quite good. I wonder if we will see a vessel come out from buying onions on the Rubik.
Now to think about it, it might even be a better morph on Wyvern sometimes than the Gyrocopter. Like, these are two of the
That
best.
is a really,
These
really
are
good
literally
one.
two of the best heroes to morph. Actually, three of the best heroes to morph in the game. They have Willow. They have Willow, Gyro, Wyvern. This is absurd.
We'll see. The the Morphling will be interesting, right? Very hit or miss hero. You have a lot of opportunity to flub. Tiny makes it kind of scary, right? I don't know. Maybe people are too good and they just like stay on higher HP versus Tiny, but I feel like it's a little spooky. They have some high damage nukes. Could catch you. My prediction is that KU forgets he's playing support and he walks out to lane with like bracer stuff and a quelling blade.
I hope he does. That'd be incredibly base. It's 4 points. Like, wait a minute. I have farming out of this. What are you doing, KU? Some real, 1K throwback fighting over last hits in lane, which I'm not sure if you've ever seen that in Lads before, but there's always a first time.
That would be hysterical.
So I'm sure it's happened sometime in like a team that's literally imploding. Like they're like one game away from imploding, and during that last game that happens, I'm sure at some point we can like I'm sure if I messaged like Birdman and Xeriscape and like some of the old timers, they'd be like, yeah, this happened in this team on season 4 or whatever. But unfortunately, before my time, which is saying something because I've been around for a lot of lads at this point.
Before Badger.
Yeah, I was season 6, which, yeah, this is my 10th season, I guess. Damn.
Happy anniversary then. 10 years.
Thank you.
Sorry, 10 seasons.
10 seasons. If you, it's been like 5 years. We've moved pretty slowly season wise, but if you are just joining us, welcome to the game number 2 of the season number 15 winners bracket finals. It is old Bloosher, victors of game 1, the Radiant side, foe Ramen on the Dire side, looking to once again make the grand finals. But of course, between them is Bloosher, and they have a game to play with. My name's Badger, I'm Simon, and again in the river, patience is broken in smoke. Both teams are aware. Pistia goes on to the high ground. He's out of Dire's riverboard. Gets stunned by Sven, but once again he's in the low ground. Dire won the trade for sure, but both teams lost a little bit of stuff.
That was a ballsy move to fly up to that cliff. That's really a good, that's a very stealable, like, pre-level 1 strat, to go place that high ground ward and then stand where KU did, so that you'll break the smokes and then see it on the ward as well. So
Yeah.
that's a good position from Dire. And they even deny the ward, right? Not going to give any freebies away, so good call for them.
Bunions is still scouting the D ward. But now that they know the ward was killed. If the ward was still there, the tower would be hitting him right here. So he knows there's no longer a ward here. At least he should know.
The battle begins.
Oh no, they're going for the D ward, I think. Or they're going for the blocks. They're blocking the camps. They remember the stacks from last game. Or, never mind, no, they're not. They've got 3 sentries. They thought about it, but they ended up doubling back. I would have blocked that camp. I love blocking camps.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm down with the camp blocking. I would have even been down if they just, like, all-in and, like, cast all their spells on them just to fuck with them there, but probably safer to just play lanes.
I guess the concern was, you know, if Rubik's is taking that fight, then suddenly Pishia's alone, playing in a 2v1, which I guess it's doable-ish, but you'd probably rather not do that against Morphling, who has a very high base damage.
Yeah, I think it could get tricky for Pistia to last hit up here, because Morphling way out damages him, like you said later on, I think, so.
Making mistakes is the path to wisdom.
Even right now, he's playing not even at the lowest possible HP, he still has 1 more damage.
Yeah.
KU's
taking
is
a
he
lot.
actually
Yeah,
dead?
KU's dead.
He's taking a
maybe.
ton of damage. He's barely alive. He does have a salve though. I love when subs start salve. Like, I do this a lot on playing melee subs. I go in there. I think he's losing trades, but I have a salve. If I heal it off, problem solved.
It's good. You just tank the Fade Bolt, tank the Q for your Morphling. He's chilling. And so it's Beastmaster mid versus Tiny. I'm curious to see how this will go. It might be kind of hard for Tiny with, like, the summons. Maybe he kills him with the toss. It all kind of depends on that. And then bottom lane, I feel like it should be good for Gyro. But he might get poked. He's low range. You know, the Razor and the Hoodwink might be able to just chip him down from afar.
Yeah, again, we were a little bit off predicting the lanes, I guess. But, you know, it all ended up being interesting in the very end. Razor off lane instead. We didn't get the hyper modern lane we wanted, but
These teams are too smart. I'm not in the grand finals. They know what they're doing. Too smart for us.
you've been in the grand finals though. You've been here at least once. You know, this is a grand
is
finalist casting duo actually.
That is true. Yeah, 2 grand finals support players here. That's right.
They do.
You can DM me for tips. DM us for tips.
They say some players are the smartest players on team.
Yep, exactly.
It's funny.
I've heard
It's
that. I've
funny.
heard that a lot.
If Jim's listening, he's probably he knows I'm joking, but he's probably still out that comment probably.
Flowers are up. Even split. Or I'm sorry, the lotuses. The healing lotuses are up.
You know, I accept the word flower. It's like a flower-shaped pool. I mean, lotus is kind of interchangeable with flower in some contexts. So you know what? I accept it.
Oh, the storms got P guy.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long of a pause last time. At least it was only like 4 minutes or something, 5 minutes.
Okay, so if it's currently, it's an implication that it's currently storming. I'm up on top of the radar. So my guess is that Pistia lives in the Chicago area. That's my guess.
Yeah.
And look at the map. It's either that or like outskirts of Wyoming or upstate New York. Nobody lives in Wyoming, and honestly, there aren't any people in upstate New York either. So it's probably Chicago area. That's my guess. Well, maybe I'll have to ask him later.
Makes sense. I wonder when someone's gonna die in this game.
Yeah, it'll happen when it happens. In due time, in due time.
Malefic is stealing a water rune from Rice Boy. However, he won the trade against Pattern, but he might lose
Yeah, Rice Boy
his
is
life.
actually dead, I think, right? Yeah, Bushwhack hits, Pattern gets a kill in one more hit. There's your answer, right now.
Even
Speaking of
saved
bottom
the water
lane,
rune.
Razor actually gets away, but that's... I'm not sure if it's good, actually. Maybe you'd rather be in the fountain right now. That's a lot of HP to lose.
Yeah, definitely punishable on the Razor if they can get another jump, maybe get the lane pulled back.
And
Good
again,
job by Malefic getting just coming mid at 4 minutes and securing the water rune and getting the kill on Rice Boy.
Yeti has the most aggressive possible skill build, too. Like, you see a lot of these Gyro players, they'll go, like, nowadays QE. He's got QW. He's 2 points Q, 1 point W. No points flat cannon right now.
In top lane, there's been some big trades. Bunyan's almost went down.
Yeah, KU is
Fish's
low.
turned
Bunyan's
it.
like 4 points morphing agility. He needs to be very careful with the way he's morphing right now. He's just dead. And now at this point, KU cannot kill Bunyan
Oh,
thanks to
the
the cold
heal.
embrace.
Level
KU
4.
He's fine, kind of, but what can he possibly do in this situation? He's just standing right here doing nothing.
He's pulling a Bunyan's. I've seen this before.
Oh no! Okay, he has Stormbolt. He has Stormbolt. There's no mana for Fade Bolt. He could probably deny the Ancients. That's his only angle here. Is deny the Ancients, I guess.
Look at the range on Fade Bolt. He's so close. I think he's
He
gonna kill him.
warded! He warded for this! Wait, does he see him anymore? He sees him! Yeah.
That was funny. That was a funny thing.
uh,
It's a funny game. This is a funny game. You have funny stuff like that happening, and then these like epic, like cataclysmic team fights.
Let's start a 2 for you. Right there. Bottom lane, fights going on. 2v2. Yeti has been linked. He'll certainly kill the Hoodwink, it appears, but he might end up dying in return for it. Hoodwink, by the way, is still alive somehow. Razor is just powerful. Malefic's looking. Patience is already dead. But of course, Malefic, he wants to kill Yeti. Top lane, mid lane, my bad. Heroes die there as well. Back to mid lane. KU is on the run with a 1-for-1 trade. Rice Boy is low. Pistia is here to fight right now, but his Q has ended. KU running. Bottom lane, somehow, Yeti got away from the Hoodwink, but all's well, it ends well there, I'm sure.
I don't know if he got away from Malefic. I think Malefic's gonna keep the hunt up.
Is there, okay, there's regen. There's regen. He used an ally. Wait, if he gets the acorn shot right now, oh,
Yeah, that would have been an insane read if he could make that.
if he had scurry, he might have been able to scout that out. But he has the correct skill build, so no scurry. Mid lane again. Pattern is already very low. Lifted up back towards Rice Boy. Bunyan
Holy
kills him
cow.
now. He's got no TP on the Beastmaster. Luckily, KU's here to leech the XP, but this will be a decent bit of tower damage. There's a catapult, a siege creep hitting it, and that'll be good for tower damage.
He didn't even get the Ava toss combo off. He avid him and then just tossed him and that was insane damage. I can't believe he died like that.
KU's still almost dead, by the way. He's still almost dead. He did a good job dragging the creeps, but again, his tower's already half HP at -7.
Tiny needs the next rune. He's low mana. Oh, he's gonna go base. That's a good move. That's a good move. The Gyro's farm is really, really bad, which is kind of concerning. He'll be able to kind of recover in the jungle, but I think definitely, yeah, maybe a little bit of a missed opportunity. Razor's level 6, Kobe's killing Patience before the Shadow Realm goes off.
Yeah, that is, at this point, I mean, this is not what I expected for these lanes to go the way they did, but, you know, it seems like Dyer's in a very strong spot right now. Razor is just strong. I'm a little bit surprised that the, again, I guess this Rice Boy is doing a pretty good job mid, but this Radiant side tower is pretty healthy. I thought it'd be the Radiant tower that'd be injured, not the Dire side tower, but Rice Boy is just, he's unrelenting right now. He's absolutely unrelenting.
Yep, 2 clarities too, so if he sees you, you're gonna get tossed. He's got mana forever.
We're seeing Rubik smoked up, looking for the kill. He puts the ward up, doesn't see him right now, so now he knows Patterns either over here or over here. Pattern up being over here on the west side. It's actually
In a gank with
in the
Roar.
jungle a little bit.
Oh, maybe not.
He's still looking on the Rubik. He's a Beastmaster, but at this point, he's a little bit too deep. He's a little bit too dead. If he can die the bounty room, that'd be a huge win, but instead he'll take the Storm Bolt, he'll take some more access, end up going down, and Pattern will grab the bounty room.
So he is going Vessel on Bunions. He has an urn completed already. Let's see. Is there anything else that was interesting item-wise? Pattern's going for Ags, no surprise. The Razor's going for Yasha first item, so he's got Arcane Boots, Double Wraith Band into Yasha, so just statting up. And they're going to try and kill Razor. They have 3 TPs, or I'm sorry, 2 TPs and the Willow set up.
There was no hit, though, with that Shadow Realm, but it seems not to matter. He's powerful, but not powerful enough to win the 1v4. But the tower is dead, so... So tower down, Radiant Smoke is forward. They'll head to the top lane through the Twin Gates.
I like this move a lot. If they can catch the Morph unawares and get the tower, that'd be like ultimate dream come true for Radiant.
Well, here we
Dire
go.
has TPs, though, to
They're
respond.
going on in. He waveforms forward. This is going to be an absolute disaster for foreplay. They're TPM, but they'll need a fantastic save. Bushwhack hits 2. Foreplay. He's down to 1,000 HP. He's still trying to morph up. In comes KU.
Back.
He's got Storm Bolt. He'll use it on only Rubik. In comes Razor, now respawning, looking to link. Bunions goes down to KU, and some of the Morphlings still alive. Fishja pops the 2-man live route just to retreat, but again, this is a powerful Razor, looking for Patience. Patience is low. Patience is about at 1/3 HP right now. They'll end up going and trying to run from Rice Boy instead, though. Sierra that Avalanche toss coming for a very good reason. Rice Boy brings down the Hoodwink, but it may cost him his life. Waveform again,
He has a
forward,
heal.
5-4 play. Tiny is low. Pishja is low. Everybody's low right now. Patience has one spell to play with. Tiny is running away from the
is he gonna
other
walk
Tiny.
away?
He just runs away. He just walks away slowly and gets away from that one. And now Rubik's here. Again.
That was a sequence. That was wild.
I agree.
And has the single ward gotten de-warded this game? Look how many wards are on the map. We got vision everywhere. They're ready to go fight any lane they go to.
I don't think one has been de-warded yet. The only thing de-warded that's died from Hero killing it was the one that was denied earlier, I think. Which is relatively
Big
rare.
vision.
Seems like
Yeti's kind of recovering. Sorry, go.
No. You were saying...
I'm just saying Yeti's kind of recovering, but I mean he's not gonna. He only has 1 point in flak still, you know. So the morph is gonna kind of outpace him for a little bit, which is you definitely want to be ahead in this matchup as the gyro versus the morph. So
Radiant's middle tower is under
big stacks in the triangle are available for him though. We'll see if Pho or Ramen does as good of a job as they did last game, contesting the stacks and even ending up like taking a bunch of the ancients as well. So we'll see if they're aware of the game.
This is, again, it's a 4K lead, but it doesn't feel like a 4K lead. It's actually very similar to last game where, yeah, right outside the laning phase, it was KU and boys that were well and away ahead, but Yeah, I remember last game. I remember what happened last game. I'm not ready to call this game over yet. It's not even close to it.
Oh, definitely not. What Dire does have going for them though, which is quite juicy, is the Beastmaster Axe coming out soon. So his tempo is going to be really really high, and they might be able to force the issue. We're still not level 6 on the Willow, right? So we're just a little weak on, I think, a little weak on Radiant. They need the Vessel so that they can threaten the Morph, I think.
And they're fighting
Bunyan's
top lane.
dead.
Bunyans gets yelled at by Pattern and gets brought down, but his Urn ends up killing KU anyways. Now, it's a link from Razor, forcing out a Wyvern ulti. Sharpshooter ends up getting sidestepped, but it gives a little bit of time for Kobe to gap clear, but there's not quite enough damage, so it's a walk away play by P-Guy. This is the rare series where both players have a guy on their team that's kind of known as just P-Guy. Or P-Guy Pistia,
Pattern.
P-Guy Pattern. So they're both
That's funny.
of them have a P-Guy on their team.
I love it. Malefic is gonna die to Tiny Blink. Oh, whoa!
He's
Just
somehow
kidding.
still alive, but I don't... Yeah, he's still dead. He's definitely still dead, right? Yeah, he's... little sloppy, but the job was done.
Yep, Blink reveal gets Riceboy the money. See, Ags and Haste for Pattern on Beastmaster, and he almost has level 12 as well. Big upgrade for his ultimate, so he's just gonna hit mid is what it looks like. They're trading mid for the top tower, old Bloosher is.
Though the trade has not been completed, that mid T1 tower, though injured, remains alive. Pattern seems to have his eyes on onto the gyrocopter, looking at dire vision. They
They've
don't know
got a beat on him.
exactly where he is, but they know he's somewhere. They now see him on the smoked up day vision. It's Malefic and
Yep.
KU. Bushback misses. Stormbolt hits. And in comes a hasted Beastmaster. He's ready to roar if he wants to. But he won't even need to yell. He'll save his vocal cords. Malefic gets the kill.
Mid lane, they might get a return on Kobe if they are fast enough.
And Avalanche tossed back towards Pistia. He's still half HP on Razor, pops an 8-charge wand, but he's just taking a bit too much damage, it appears. Fade Bolt hits, the Urn should tick him down, and the Urn will take him down. That's the second Urn last hit of the game. How often do you see 2 Urn last hits in one game? Not Vessel, but just straight up normal Urn last hits.
They're big kills for Bunyans to get too, actually. The one when he died, and just now, that finished his Vessel. So the Vessel is big, actually. It does a lot of damage to Sven. It does a lot of damage to Morph also. And, I mean, Razor doesn't like getting hit with magic damage either, you know, and he's kind of tanky. He's got 1500 HP, so... Maybe 1500 isn't that tanky, actually. I'm clicking around. That's kind of tanky.
I'm seeing a lot of 1.2Ks, 1.3Ks, a couple 2Ks, a couple 1.5Ks. You know, a couple tanky heroes. Not everybody, but... You know, sometimes you're just playing Hoodwink and you have 900 HP right now.
I mean, Beastmaster's net worth is so insane, though. He is 8k net worth at 6 minutes here. He has Blink pretty soon here. Oh, check Morph
They
Tom.
found foreplay. The Avalanche toss to get even more strength in time. He's simply sliced up, brought down, and I guess if we're talking hero thematic, mopped up by a towel. He's just dead.
Vessel, not even needed. He just died to the tiny combo. So, yeah, farming on 798 HP. He got tiny comboed. But he has Manta done, so he's pretty damn rich in his own right.
That was one big thing. And we saw last game it was Yeti who had the farm. This game it's Riceboy who has the farm, but even then, Riceboy isn't really as farmed this game as Yeti was last game. It's a relatively rough economic situation. Into the Radiant jungle, Pish just trying to get away. Roar is available. I guess there's enough kiting around to keep the Wyvern alive for now. Problem is, Dire of all 5 ready to fight. They want to control this area. Blink, Roar on Rubik. Rubik has been Wyvern embraced, but he should still be dead. Stormbolt gets the last hit. Patience dies as well. In comes Razor looking to clean things up, bringing down Pattern. But it's a link from Razor to bring down Piston. Now 3 for 1. And to look to make it 4. Stormbolt's up in 1 second. Stormbolt under that tier 2 tower. Wait for him forward. Toss up and brought down. That's 4 kills for Foe Ramen. And they are just, much like last game, they're kind of owning right now. So let's see if like last game, there is a miracle comeback from old Bloosher.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Bloosher needs a little bit of magic. Even though they have the vessel, the 2 mantas are done for the Razor and the Morph, so it kind of negates that a little bit. They just got ran at a little bit there. The Beast with the Ags is big. Rice Boy did kill Beast. That's about the only good thing that Radiant got out of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but again, I'm starting to get a little concerned about the whole map state. You look at the tower situation; it's not great right now. This bottom tier 2 is actually only half HP right now, so it could snowball real fast if there's one more lost fighter.
Yeah, and Beastmaster has a lot of uptime. His ultimate is only 75 seconds, so they can go make the same play again, you know?
I swear this ability used to have like a literally a 2-minute cooldown, even longer than that. And no, it's a level 1, still 90, but it just keeps going down.
Yeah, it feels like it's always up. Roche could be on the menu for Dire as well. They have pretty good map control. They might just like wait to take it bottom at 20 minutes. That could be a really, really strong timing for them. That's probably what I would be looking for if I was them. They know they're way ahead. You don't need to force anything.
There's action brewing in the top lane. KU is in position to tank the gank though, so pattern should be fine. If KU dies, he dies. He puts a ward up before he dies, as do Radiant. They now see the Sven, I believe. They do. Patience is in the Shadow Realm. This is on the way from the Gyrocopter. Bramble on the floor. That'll certainly be a dead Sven, I'm sure. Or maybe not. He's pretty fast, actually. He's got the drums. Pisha has been stunned by an optic, and in comes Rice Boy. So it's one support kill, though not support kill I expected. The big blue man with the sword is still alive, but again, it's one sup kill, and it will be some more tower damage coming.
Yeti still does not feel strong enough to go hit a tower yet. He almost has Axe, so he's going to be able to maybe outpace the Morph in terms of farm pretty soon. He needs just a little bit more time. I think it needs to be similar to last game where Bloosher either needs to steal the Aegis or just like wait out the first Aegis.
Avalanche toss. They're trying it on KU. This time they'll kill him. Bedlam gives the last hit, though it's a trade for a courier. It's only an Ogre Axe, though. Nothing too wild and crazy. But I guess if Rice Boy dies by 200 HP, then it will matter.
These kills are really really high value to get. It just helps keep Tiny scaling. You know, he doesn't really farm that fast with his build. I guess that's a lie. He farms fast with his phylactery tosses, but playing on the tossbacks is big. And we are going into Roche right away for Pho or Ramen at 20 minutes.
Yeah, this should be free.
Beastmaster can solo this, so the extra help is only going to just speed it up.
Yeah, looking at Radiance, either they know and they don't care, or they don't know. Either way, the result the same. 2 lives for Beastmaster, saying, you know what, you're the big man in charge right now. You have the #1 net worth. You are hegemonic. Please be powerful. And, well, he's pretty powerful right now. He's banging the drums. He's... Oh, man.
Yeah, the triple BKB timing is what Dire is gearing up. So it looks like they'll probably have triple BKB and maybe even Gleipnir for Malefic done. So big gains there. KU's just farming up aura items. A pipe is next. I'm saying it again from the same thing I said last game, that I think there's good scaling potential. Like Wyvern scales really well, I think, later on, you know, and I think that Rubik can even scale really well. Like there's so many good spells to steal that I think he can maybe carry some of these late game fights. But Dire's in a much more commanding lead than they were in the first game, so we'll see if they can keep their snowball up. Keep formation, you know. They might want to... I think they're still farming their BKBs, right? So I don't know if they'll go force the issue anywhere just yet.
As it currently stands, they're looking around. They're still hunting. I guess both teams are relatively content at the game state right now.
Yeah, I like the old Bloosher's positioning to trade this tower. They do have enough kind of tower poke that they can they can make Pho or Ramen think about this top tower, which they are. We're TPing back on the Malefic, Hoodwink. And notice them being really disciplined, TPing to the T3 tower, right? So that they can walk to set up position and not just like TP and vision and get tiny blink tossbacks.
And they're going to be able to pull a Hannah Montana here, get both of the top defense and the bottom siege. And here we go. They're going in on Sven, but it's Aurora against Wyvern, a fantastic target, 100-0. The trade is for Sven. That's not a good trade. Gyro's under the tower. He attempts to TP away. That is futile. Goodbye, Ice Kitty. Double kill for Pattern. No head to Bunions. Bunions is half HP, doing whatever he can, but it's a triple kill for Pattern. He's he's even all chatting. He's saying he is up. He's correct, by the way, about that.
A good TP by Pattern. He TP'd to the tier 2 tower and just roared the Wyvern. A little bit of a gift. Yeah, maybe they forced top a little too much there, but
You know, the more
I
I'm
think it
thinking
looks-
about it, that was literally Pavlovian response. You see KU playing Sven under tower, you have to dive him with all your abilities. But it's like, wait a minute, he's playing Sup. Sorry, you were saying?
Pattern is just so scary. He's so scary. I'm looking at how much damage he does. He's so tanky. This BKB now.
He's banging the drum, and well, he's banging the drum all the way over to a Tormentor. Take another free shard for Malefic. He's gotten both of the free shards that this KU team has gotten, so it's a good day to be Malefic.
Super high impact ones too. The Pudge shard is amazing, and then this one is really, really good for the Hoodwink. It just ups not only your own damage, right, but all spell damage in general. So that super good for Beastmaster, super good for Razor, right? Synergizes with his spell amp facet. So action in mid lane, smoked.
Yeah, they're sweeping to the Radiant Tri-Camp, where the Radiant happen not to be, but they're about to almost run into Rice Boy. They see him. They're picking him out right now. Looking at Dyrus, and they know he's in this area. Tough not to crack, but they're yelling at him right now. They'll bring everything in there. Apparently, they've cracked the nut quite easily, and well, time to run it down mid lane, grab some mid T2 tower, perhaps. Or perhaps not. There's no creeps to go top instead.
Yeah, all the outer towers are free game for Ramen, and double damage available for Pattern, so even scarier.
We'll say again, we are looking at a trade, but it's going to be a favorable trade. It's only a T2 bottom lane for 2 towers top lane, so... Or perhaps Tormentor! That's a big Tormentor to steal! Balloon that lead further. That'll be another free for Razor! Razor, what does Razor Shard do? That's pretty good, I think.
It pulls you to them. Yeah, it pulls you to him. He, like, yo-yos you, you know? It's scary.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top
The,
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
what was I gonna say? I think it comes down for Radiant. They need to get a big curse into a big terrorize. I think, like, it's not enough to just hit one of them, you know? You need to, like, get the curse such that it kills or almost kills one dude, and then get the follow-up, like, 3-second AoE stun on a bunch of people in order to pull a team fight off. So,
Seems a
there will
lot
be
easier
opportunities.
said than done. I think it's a really difficult, especially after last game. That's gonna be in their minds. Like, all right, guys, terrorize, terrorize, terrorize. Do not get terrorized.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you can curse the Beastmaster with some of his summons and the Morphling next to him, like, he can die for sure, right? If you curse anybody next to the Morph, or next to a linked up a Razor who's juiced up with a bunch of extra damage. So.
Well, they
look
found
at
the
the
Razor.
Razor
right now. He's got BKB. He'll pop it, trying to run away. He'll barely get away. Wyvern Curse was available, but Pitch did not want to use it, and as a result, the Razor is able to get away. The thing is, I mean, okay, other than the Hoodwink, I'm not actually sure who dies that easily in the Wyvern Curse. Because Beastmaster's tanky, Razor's tanky, Sven's tanky, Morphling's tanky, kind of.
That's kind of what I'm saying. I think that they need the curse to, like, soften them up into a terror on top of it, so that then they can follow up. You know, like Dire's really strong. The pipe is available almost for Sven.
Yeah,
So
hypothetically,
that's gonna negate
I mean,
a lot of damage.
You hit everything, like say Avalanche, Terrorize, Wyvern ulti, Gyro damage, then it's possible. But oh man, that's gonna be hard. I feel like you need more items, like a lot more items still on these heroes. And well, there might not be time to farm the items because it's a 4-man smoke. Their rendezvous pattern. He yells at Yeti once again. His BKB's on the courier. It just arrives. Oh, too little, too late for Yeti's BKB. It's TP away time. Bunions will not be so lucky. Neither will Patience. That's 2 more kills. Both subs down. 3 more in the bin. That's a 19-14 kill lead, but a 15,000 net worth lead for, oh, not Rice Boy as well! He'll BKB, he'll TP, that's going to work. That still is BKB down now.
Nice ward for Dire to see that movement, and good reaction too. That's really nice to... I mean, now Radiant is just so scared. They're just, like, totally stuck in their base. No BKB on Rice Boy for a minute.
Middle tower is under attack.
I mean, they're scared, but it's like... It's one of those things where they really should be scared, right? It's like, you know, you go into the woods, you hear a bear roar. It's a logical play to be scared there. That's kind of what it's like to be Radiant. You hear the bear roaring. You know something's coming, you should probably avoid it. But how do you avoid it? If you avoid it, you lose.
Is under attack.
They just gotta... They just have to camp in their base and hope that they can get enough people in some of these AoE abilities to take the fight.
I will say, though, I like the way that Rice Boy was trying to go for a bit of a rat play. That's one thing that, anyone who's ever played with Jim knows exactly what I mean by this, but he instills the rat attitude. If you know, game's going badly, what do? You just rats. And if they can, you know, split these lanes, drag this game on. You mentioned earlier, there's a lot of good stealing damage on these Radiant heroes. So, there's a win condition, but it's not easy, and it's not flawless, you know?
Tiny is good at the wave cutting, like you said. Wow, we're smoking on Radiant. Okay, this is... They have vision top, but I don't think they saw the hoodwink. Oh, Roche is up, right?
Yeah,
Roche is up, actually, and so it will go to bottom, so it looks like this is what their play is. They're going to go see if they can fight the Roche or even set up
They
before
run the foreplay,
He
he waveformed forward! What fortunate timing! He's forced to
He's got
BKB, but he's
though.
got no mana. Curse on 2, Razor Morph on the inside. Well, now Pattern BKBs as well. Yet he's trying to run on forward. Pattern's low on HP. Foreplay's low on HP. I said he's half HP as well. Pattern's dead first. Now Dire cleaning things up. Down goes Pishja. Bunions is low. Yeti's about to go down as well. And it's a crumble time for old Bloosher. They simply lack the items. Bunions is dead. Patience is going to end up being brought down the north side as well. Somehow, someway, Rice Boy juked it out, but it shouldn't particularly matter. That'll be a 4-for-1. That'll be Roshan, and that might just be our game real soon.
There was an opportunity there, I think. A very slight window where you could have got the terror off. But even then, it takes so much commit to kill the to kill the beast and, like, stay on the morphling that, I mean, KU cleaned up that fight. He did so much damage there, actually, at the end. With his, actually, no, he didn't.
He did 1,000 damage.
Hoodwink did a lot of damage. Hoodwink did 2,000 damage in that fight. Yeah, Hoodwink did the damage and KU set it up on the backside. They got onto the subs.
I wish Willow did like 100 more damage there, because then KU would have literally had the least damage in the fights. But he had a damage, or he felt like he was doing damage. He wasn't doing damage, but you instinctively think, you know, you see Sven in the middle of a team fight. He's hitting everything. It's got to be damaging, right? It's like, ah, nope. He got no items. He's got drum pipe.
Morphling with the butterfly is so scary. Satanic for Kobe. I mean, I don't know how they're going to kill Kobe. Kobe looks really hard to kill this game.
Yeah, it's... Again, he's already died twice. I don't think he's going to die any more times. 5-man smoke again from Bloosher. They're not willing to play around and do nothing. Look at his ward. It's fantastic from KU. The Stormbolt Pishja. Now it's a roller as well. Rice Boy jumps the backline. He can't find a target. He's caught in... I'm not even sure what. Pishja's dead. Patience is dead. Yeti is dead. Sure, it's a trade for foreplay. But it's not going to be a winning fight. And they've canceled the TP on Rice Boy as well. That'll be another 4-for-1 rout. See ya, Tiny. And that actually probably should have been a 4-for-0. It was he literally just managed to one-shot the Morphling on Tiny.
I think this might be some Raxes.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually going to only be one set, but again, you get the Rubik kill, you get the bottom set of Rax. You double back over to Roshan, you grab our good friend Roshan number 2. That's pretty good. Did he just wait? He just grabbed his tier 3 neutral from the enemy fountain. He got a quiver too.
Funny.
Oh man, Pishia looks for the angle. He's got curse. He'll use it on the Razor. Beastmaster hits as well. Razor is still 2/3 HP though, so mostly buying time for the Radiant to respawn. And that actually worked. The I'm going to press this button, it'll delay things by 5.5 seconds. That's actually enough, and the Rack stay alive.
Yeah, Bloosher's got to rethink their fight, I guess. I mean, that was really good positioning by Ramen to just sit on that cliff, and I mean, Pishja is like, because he can fly over the cliffs and stuff, he's like the first point of contact, but it's really, really bad if he dies first. So.
Well, Rice Boy jumps on in. He'll bring down the Hoodwink, surely. Surely indeed. I have the idea for Bloosher. So remember how in the draft, 3-man smoke by the way, remember in the draft how they didn't pick Beastmaster? We'll have to pick Beastmaster next game.
They might be talking about it. I mean, not only the Beast, but the Hoodwink too. It's a crazy combo.
They had 8-pick pattern. Blink
board.
roars onto the Wyvern. In comes the entirety of the Dire. Wyvern down. Tiny low. KU will end up being a trade, but that is not a good trade. Bunyan somehow again TP's away miraculously, but no Tiny, no Wyvern. There's a gem on the floor somewhere, I'm sure. I'm not sure. Okay, pattern grabbed it, so now double back to Roshan and get that second Roshan of the game, and then with that second, he just end the banner. That should be all she wrote.
If Yeti can finish this MKB, which he is kind of far from, they might be able to like surprise kill the Morphling if he goes in, you know. But I don't know if they're gonna have time because the Aegis is in the hands of Foreplay. I think they're gonna run it right. Oh, there's some tier 2s.
Screw the MKB. Buy a Rapier, dude. What's MKB gonna do if the Rapier won't do?
You honestly might be right, Badger. That might be the kind of play they need to come back in this one.
Like, just buy, like, it's an unwinnable game. Just buy the Rapier, and maybe you can win the game, right? Surely. They're even farming. They're literally being so methodical with this. They're not even going in yet. They're grabbing our Tormentor. They're grabbing a Wisdom Rune. This is... Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, I wonder if Foreplay will even wait for his level 25.
Oh, see, me and Kobe, we're the same. We both have tried a Satanic Tormentor for 0 heal, because it's all shield. No HP.
Good to know. Okay.
Or is it? Actually, it might be barrier, but whatever the yellow shield thing is, you can't.
Yeah.
There's no HP to take, therefore it's no lifesteal. It's all, see, notice, look at the HP bar. It only has 1 HP. You're seeing Yeti as well. He's not lifestealing right now. Well, he doesn't have lifesteal, so I guess that's why he's not lifestealing. But for whatever reason, I thought he had lifesteal.
What's the full price of MKB? 4,700. Okay, Yeti's close, but he's in a dangerous spot right here. He's like, is he okay?
Oh no. He can blink roar, blink roar. If he wants to go for it, he can. But he's choosing not to. He doesn't even need the blink roar, he's already dead. He'll now roar the Rubik instead. Silence against the Dark Willow. Wyvern saves for the time being. They've hit the morph. He was morphing Agi temporarily, but because he has the Aghanim Shard, he then turned up to the morph strength, and then he was fine.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think Radiant can hold this without Yeti using his buyback.
I mean, maybe not though. Maybe so far.
Yeah, maybe Dire's gonna play really kind of passive here. I mean, they are gonna get this third the bottom lane in, so they just want all 3 lanes pushing, I think, before they try.
And they actually, I mean, again, they could do that earlier. They could use the Wyvern Curse to literally just delay things by 5.5 seconds. And that'll be enough time for Yeti to spawn. So despite the win, they're not really winning more. They're playing a very conservative game right now, playing the wave pushing game. playing the we're ahead, we're content to farm game, and eventually they'll go and end the game. But and they've already used 3 minutes of the 5-minute Aegis timer, so if they want to go, they have to go like now. And they'll go now. They'll smoke up on 4, everyone but Beastmasters inside the smoke. They'll head through the bottom lane. Looking at dire vision, they don't see much right now. They'll wrap around through the non-tower lane if they can. Radiant's
He might
odds.
waveform into the trees and like sit in the back. Oh, never mind.
Oh, there we go. Smoke has been broken. They've jumped Bunions. Ghost Scepter was there, but it shouldn't matter. It's a roar on Wyvern. That's the target you want. Goodbye, Pisha. He does have a buyback, though, and he will be forced to use it. So Curse, once again, is the threat. Range racks, melee racks both get grabbed. 1 minute left for 2 lives on the Morphling. He's perhaps still willing to play point for the time being, but he'll now leave the Vanguard back towards his team. And again, that's a core buyback. That's 1 set of racks, and that might be enough for the time being. They might be happy with what they've got.
They're just getting the jump on Pisha every time. Pattern is playing it really well. They're just being really disciplined, and they're ahead, so they're able to kind of like throw spells, right, and like send KU running in like a crazy person in the front line with all his auras, so that somebody has to show. And then as soon as Wyvern does, he's getting focused. They've got the Bloodthorn, the Roar, Sven Stun, all the Hoodwink stuff from super long range.
It's just so difficult. And if they really want to, they can wait for the 3rd Roshan, but I don't think they will. They have a double damage around Morphling. That's going to be, what, like 800 damage he's going to be hitting for, so... At that
There
point,
should be an...
yeah.
Oh, sorry, go.
No, you go.
No, I was gonna come out with some BS. I was just gonna say there should be an item that you can buy, like you can plant a seed in your base, and if you don't leave your base for 5 minutes, you get like 1,000 gold. Oh, Bunyan's bottom.
That's not what Dota needs. But bottom lane, you are right. Bunions is already dead. And he left the base. Tried to leave
That's what
the
I'm talking
base.
about. That's his punishment. That's what you get for farming a camp. He dies instantly. Farms.
Rice Boy tried to go in for KU, but couldn't get the toss back. And now Rice Boy is stuck outside his base. He might be forced to BKB. He's holding it 4 now. He's patient, no pun intended about that one. And Sharpshooter hits. Morphling jumps in with a double damage route. He's gyrocoptering everybody. That's a ton of damage. And at this point, Rice Boy is dead. Yeti's dead. They're both going to have to buy back. Winter's Curse on 3. Morphling's still alive. The Terrorize as well, but to what effect? The answer is absolutely nothing. He's in the fountain on Razor. He's killed the Gyrocopter. That's a dieback. Oh, no. It's only tiny. They'll have Rubik in 2 seconds, but what could he possibly... I mean, they'll kill the Sven in the fountain, but what does that possibly accomplish? You're losing your base. Mid-racks are dead. Thrones under attack right now. Big KB Roar from Pattern. Good, I think E-Blade from Bunions there. But at this point, he's still dead to the Adaptive Strike. He's got no buyback on Tiny. It's only Rubik and the GG is called. We're headed to game number 3.
GG. Clean, very clean, well-executed win from her Ramen. They went with the age-old strategy of we will draft what we just lost to, and we will own with it. And the Hoodwink and the Beastmaster owned.
This is just what you expect from the multi-time champions. This is the style of Dota they play. They're happy to do it, and, well, they've done it again. We are going to cut to one more break before the ultimate game number 3. My name's Badger. I'm joined by Simon. We'll see you again soon for game 3 of the Winners Bracket Finals. Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. We have reached the apex. It is the third and final game of the winners bracket finals for season 15. The winners of game 1, old Bloosher, well, they just got punched in the face to bring it back for the third and final game. But of course, on the other side is KU and company, the three-time champions, off a dominant game 2 win. My name's Badger. I'm joined by Simon. How you feeling, Simon?
I am jazzed up for the game number 3 here. We'll see. Can KU stack? Can Pho or Ramen gatekeep the grand finals again, or will Bloosher continue? This is the best they've ever done with this stack in like a regular lad season. So we'll see if they can make it all the way to the grand finals.
Speaking of jazzing things up, I have the unbelievable tech. So, you know water, right? You drink water, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you add like a slight bit of like a strong lemonade to your water, make it like 6 parts water, 7 parts water to 1 part lemonade, it actually almost tastes like lemonade. It's pretty good. It's very low sugar, none of that artificial sweetener crap. It's actually I've been doing that a lot. It's great tech. I think the people had to know that.
That sounds like a good summer drink for sure.
It is.
I'll have to try that.
You know, go to the store, get a lemonade, pink lemonade, raspberry lemonade, blueberry lemonade, even make your own lemonade if you're a real crazy guy, and then you just cut it. You cut your water with that, and you can get like 50 glasses of water out of like one 64-ounce container of lemonade. It's pretty good.
It sounds good. Sounds good to me. The elephant in the room here, Badger, for the draft is what is going to happen to Beastmaster and Hoodwink. They've not been banned. There's only one ban left and 2 picks upcoming, so I feel like we'll see both of those in.
They have to pick it.
They
They have to pick it. They just have to pick it. They picked it. It's over. Bloosher. No, but I mean, if game 1, game 2 are an indication. So game 1, Pishta got absolutely mollywopped in lane, right? This hero still had a ton of impact. Game 2, it was instead pattern playing it. He even didn't have a great lane either. Riceboy kind of gave him the business mid lane, and he still had a great game. He was still number 1 network like minute 10. So clearly, this hero has not even hit its fullest potential in these 2 previous games. So Pishta, noted longtime Beastmaster player, should be in a position to do really well this one. And you mentioned the Hoodwink. Hoodwink's now here.
Yep. This is what I would have expected to see, given that the bans didn't change that much. So we'll see how it gets addressed. In both games, Gyro was picked to address the Beastmaster. It did not lane against it last game, and he got owned by the Razor. And then this game, or in the first game, he got owned by a Gyro Jakiro combo. But he still had impact in the game, so what does Dyer try and cook up with to solve the Beastmaster?
It seems like they're cooking up with some ramen right now. So I'm sorry, I had to make that pun at least once.
I like it.
But...
I like it.
But they're in the position where they're probably going to make the exact same ban they've been making all night with this 5th ban they've had. They're going to ban out Ursa, and then from there it's like, all right, we can grab probably some kind of sub hero if I had to guess, but maybe they want to prioritize a core that might get sniped instead.
I wouldn't hate if they did Jakiro again, but maybe they got turned off of that.
And they could go Pudge, they could go CM. I know you mentioned both those in game 1. They could go Jakiro again.
What cores do people like against Beastmaster even? So some secret tech that I learned. I played in the pub. This guy was Clinks. Clinks versus Beastmaster owns because you can death pact his boars in lane. So that, and your range, right? You kind of harass him. So that's potentially some hidden tech they could do. The Sven is good too with the aura. Is pretty good against him early, I think.
Yeah, I opened up Dota 2 Pro Tracker. Apparently, Sven is the best sup in against Beastmaster.
There you go.
Apparently, the only 2 heroes that do better against Beastmaster are Clinks and Medusa, both of course cores in the current patch. Of course,
and Medusa was in that first game.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not against the Beast, but still.
You've got your options right now. I mean, you've got plenty of options on what you can potentially do here. Venomancer now rears his ugly head for the first time this series, and that'll be fun. I'm allowed to call Veno ugly, right?
Oh, definitely.
That dude is like, I don't know. Is grotesque the right word? I'm not even sure what the right word is.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, he's grotesque. He was a person, right? He was a person who got turned into poison stuff.
At one
I
point,
think.
yeah, but it's been a while. He's been poisoned for a bit, clearly.
Oh, Tiny's still open. Okay, I kind of like this. The We haven't seen Veno at all in the series. Have you seen this? Like you get the plague carrier facet on Veno, and you just stack up a bunch of wards on yourself, and you just go clear jungle camps really fast. You farm like mech and aura items for your team.
That sounds correct to me.
5 seconds remaining.
I'll take your word for it.
So, the Riyadh Masters, Game Gladiators has been doing position 3 Veno with position 4 Monkey King, and they go like cut the waves level 1, just killing them with like their attacks and like the wards, and then they like farm camps and they just like sit behind the tower. So we probably won't see something like that here, but so we'll probably see Patience playing the Veno P5 and then just going to jungle at level 4 or level 5 and trying to scale from the P5 role and get all the aura items. It definitely feels like you need to buy aura items in this meta. You know, like you always got people buying a mech, a solar crest, a pipe.
Yeah, I mean that's how it's been nowadays, and you might as well do it again. Especially either it's some weenie sup hero or it's some weenie offlane hero, and that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, speaking of weaning offlane hero, what are we gonna pick for Kobe right here? Tide is a classic Kobe hero, which could work. It works well with Hoodwink, and it could maybe Ravage is good against Beastmaster, and you have like AOE. Maybe that's okay.
You know the funny part? So I casted Kobe on Tide earlier this season. And I remember I was looking at the stats. He had some absurd stat line on Tide under his. I had like 15-1 or 15-0 in lads. And from that, I was like, you know what,
Really?
co-caster, it's already over. He lost that game, by the way, so
You jinxed him.
that's not my fault. I mean, it had to happen eventually, right?
Yeah, I know he plays it really well. I don't know what else he's playing recently. Man, they're like almost out of reserve time, and there's like kind of a lot of the draft left here, so they're really thinking about what two heroes they want to pick here.
To be fair, this is
Probably
this
two
is the
cores.
most important. Oh, it's Terrorblade. There's no way this is KUTB support, right? There's no way. He's playing sword guy, I'm sure.
Dang, so why do you pick Terrorblade carry here? Do you pick Terrorblade carry because you think that you can live through the tiny burst and like the Veno damage over time and get a good Sunder off? Or like
Maybe you have to think
is it
it's
good
sub
in the
then,
lane?
because there's no way this TB hero will get blasted. So like maybe you go TB sub Sven core. I don't know. Maybe it's I'm lost.
I think Terrorblade plus Sven could kind of bully out the Beastmaster in the lane a bit
10 seconds
with the
remaining.
Terrorblade carry. And we do see Kobe's Tide, right? They're like 15-0 or 16-2 or something. Excuse me, 16-2 or something.
You know
So
what? I'm on it. I'm doing my stat lookup.
yeah,
Let's go over
right. Yeah,
to
not an elimination game, but right, the rubber match of the series. So go with what you own with. They play around it really well. Not They usually win the lane like pretty hard, and the Tide is free farming, and then he just uh,
all right.
shows up with the big
He
team
is
fight.
17-2 if you're curious.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good. That's pretty insane.
17-2. I
Medusa
mean,
plus
wow.
Benno is a kind of a hard. It could be a little tricky for him.
This is gonna be an interesting game if nothing else. I think this is a really very dynamic game we have coming. There's a lot of angles for both teams here to play this game.
I think both teams need.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, I was gonna say both teams need mid laners, but that's not necessarily true. We might be last picking position 4 for Bunions on Bloosher, and I think we need a mid for Pattern still. So
You have counter pick as well on Dire, so you want to grab something reliable mid if it's not already the tiny mid. And of course, if you're KU, it's a little easier. Like, hey, we just counter pick whatever they've got.
10 seconds remaining.
Is Nyx still in the pool? Maybe Nyx is not that
Nyx
good.
is still in the pool. Actually, if somehow, some way, Bloosher can grab a flex pick 23, that would be so good for their draft. Look at their reserve time. There's so little reserve time that to flex pick, it'd be hard to figure out the time remaining.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that ban. I think that'd be a great flex pick where you don't. It's very role ambiguous. So I think it's a very good ban there.
I agree. That is a really good ban. Yeah. Could have caused some issues. What they have, like, they're all in on physical damage right now for Pho or Ramen, so maybe that's exploitable here with a pick. Like, you could do Wyvern again, right? Maybe Wyvern is okay if you just cold embrace people, or maybe there's another like anti-physical damage pick that you can get here.
The
And
more
then on Pho or Ramen side, I think they just need burst, a little more burst damage to go with the Hoodwink and the Tide stuff.
Yeah. Funny part is Dire, they really need to spend right now. Dire need a Beastmaster right now, and Radiant need to spend right now. How is that's not possible? Like, somehow, somebody, if you duplicate Sven, duplicate Beastmaster, there'd be 2 Svens, 2 Beastmasters in this game right now.
It would look pretty good. Oh, they did pick quick, so, and it is the Nyx. Rubber match, pick your comfort.
It certainly removes the ambiguity, but you know what? Maybe you don't need ambiguity if your heroes are just good.
The Terrorblade, it could be hunted by the Nyx. You know, it could be kind of scary, and maybe even getting if he gets, he probably won't get mana burn. Never mind. The Scuttle one is way too good. Okay, short time for Dire, 4 seconds. What's their mid pick?
Oh, Invoker. I like it, but it certainly can be rough into the Nyx. Other than that, it should be fine, but the Nyx can certainly be quite the issue this game.
Okay, no funny business with any of the picks, really. It's pretty much what we expected.
Actually,
yeah, the Invoker gives them a lot, right? It gives you like Cataclysm combo, right? Ravage Cata late game combo. It gives you EMP to burn Medusa's mana, you know, and of course just a ton of teamfight control. So
I guess nowadays Nyx isn't as good against Invoker anymore, is he? Because you don't have mana burn anymore.
no, but you still do
just goes
offer a lot of
Scuttle.
burst damage. Yeah, the Scuttle is too good. It's so fun to play, but it's super high value to not only like get the free pathing and stuff, but just to like connect to some fights. You know, a fight breaks out a lane away from you, you can ulti and be there in 5 seconds and go, you know, help your boys out.
Gotta go fast.
Badger, whose draft do you like better? Or even just what team are you gonna predict? Who do you think is taking it?
I'm just thinking about the team fights right now. I think Radiant have an easier lineup to play, so I'm gonna say Bloosher take game 3.
I kind of like the Dire draft. I kind of like what they got going. So
I think if Dire execute, they have a better lineup, but this Radiant lineup just seems like it's really obvious how to play it. Like, I'm looking at the way they play it, it just seems like it kind of plays itself. Versus Dire, they kind of have to do stuff. They have to press buttons, they have to get items, all these other things. Well, Radiant, they enter the game and it just works. So I'm curious to see if they can, you know, hit the spells, acquire the items, do all that fun stuff that's going to be difficult to do this game.
is there any world where Foreplay goes Diffusal Blade and Disperser so that he can like hit the Dusa with the mana burn? Probably not.
I mean, it's good
I always
stats.
like to think of that.
Maybe it's possible. I don't think it's necessarily guaranteed or even likely, but it's possible. It pairs well with Manta. You buy Manta a lot on TB, so maybe you do, actually.
Look at that Hoodwink win rate. Holy cow. 48 and 18? All right. Put on
Yeah.
a show, Malefic. Let's see
That
it.
makes sense. If you are just joining us, you know what time it is. But if you don't, welcome to game number 3, the winner take all. Last game in the League of Lads Season 15 Winners Bracket Finals. So far, it's been a lot of good laning phase action for the Dire side, but Radiant have the heart of the champion, even though they're playing the 3-time champions. They both smoked to the Dire side jungle. Right now, Bloosher looks to wrap around right now, but it's wrap around versus wrap around. They're both wrapping around right now. Smokes have broken. Yeti is in the back lines. That's actually the front lines, thanks to the angle on this one. He's already half mana. EMP's on the floor. It's 4 different heroes, I believe. In on the blood
Good for
grenades.
Radiant
Down goes
Badger.
KU.
Radiant's gonna clean this
Tide
up.
is so low, though. Despite jumping Yeti, despite draining all of his mana, they just can't kill him. They finally kill him. It's a 3-for-1.
Making mistakes is the path to
Big win for old Bloosher. And Yeti now returns a full mana now. The return all chat from last. Oh.
That's funny.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
All chatting the enemy and flaming your own carry all in one go. You can tell this guy is a USD's frequent player.
This is Quebec's finest at work again.
The battle begins.
I mean, these level 1 fights like make a big deal. Like that's huge. The Beastmaster, I think they were planning to like drag waves up here. You know, Bunyan started with boots and shit. So like they're planning to like sack this lane, but you get to show up now with this bonus gold. He has boots soon, is what he's gonna go for. A quarter of a level. You know, the quarter of a level is a big deal. Like everybody has a quarter of a level jump. So look for the early level 2s in the lanes. We'll see if anyone can take advantage. Probably bottom lane is where the level 2 spike is the biggest for a kill, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, this is well, they're going. Never mind. I thought they were going top lane, but they, despite using spells, they did not go top lane. Well, they're going bottom lane. Gush has been used. Patience should survive, but he's certainly injured, for what it's worth. In top lane, there's spells being thrown out there as well, but again, nothing too wild and crazy quite yet.
The combo that Dire has is really strong. Even better now with the new Hoodwink Acorn shot. You gush somebody by themselves and push the Q on him. I mean, it's insane damage. It's so insane.
That was not worth it
Patience
for
is
Bunions.
susceptible.
You see how trade Bunions made? He traded his courier with branches on it for KU's empty courier. That is not a favorable trade. He is now... He's literally like 1/4 of his gold invested in branches, and they're not available right now.
Okay, though, because look, he got level 2, and he's just going to go nuke jungle creeps. That's all he cares about. He's just going to scale and go drag waves, I think.
Is that related to State of Nyx Assassin
Excuse me.
nowadays? You just, wait, bottom
Yeah,
lane. Something in bottom lane? Never mind.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Better not be Dota. Yeah, this is Dota. He's Wave Dragon. Wait a minute. Look at foreplay. He's grabbed the Radiant
Yep.
Wave. Okay, it's actually... Never mind, it's not fully re-aggroed, though. Now it's... Okay, now it's finally re-aggroed. This is
However,
fascinating.
though, Foreplay's got to go get his wave under the tower. So now a choice to make. He's going to drag it back to reconnect. Yeah, this is exactly what Dire wants. I mean, I'm sorry, what old Bloosher wants. They just want this lane to be weird. Don't lane straight up. Don't let them just cast spells on Pistia, so...
Certainly has gotten weird. Now Foreplay is dragging another wave. KU's blocking his own creeps to allow Foreplay to drag, but then notice there's another Radiant Wave out of control. So Foreplay's
Yeah,
not
so
running back this way.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is too
Yeah,
much.
I think Foreplay should just take the wave behind the tower and then start kind of denying some there. But maybe this is okay. Patience drops bottom.
You know, I kind of knew it was coming. I was like, you know what? This is a lot more interesting than Patience dying bottom. I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah, my eyes are in the top lane here. Maybe Foreplay's got something on here. He's just souped up like a double wave that's gonna get sent to him. So
Yeah, it's... I mean, he's going to pop the meta. This will secure the last hit, zone away Pistia a little bit. Pistia, he's gaming, though. He's actually saying, you know what? I don't care about your meta. I don't care how strong you think you are. I'm stronger than you right now. Ay, ay, ay.
this is gonna be a wild game. I can feel it. The Nyx is getting good levels, so it's gonna get kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's like,
And
almost
look at
level 3.
Malefic, 4-minute water rune. He's here again. And so is KU at the 4-minute water rune top. So Riceway is about to get a little bit of a surprise.
Wait, he doesn't have Stormbolt mana. He's not a Stormbolt mana. He can still get this. He did still get it. Okay. If he had Stormbolt, that would not have been possible. But instead, he's got the Water Rune, he's got the Bottle Charges, and he's not dead. That's unfortunate there for KU. Now he's even bottle filling. Oh
Yeah,
man.
that always feels so nice against the EMP spam of the Invoker.
You put in that much effort to get this man low on mana. Suddenly he acquires 5 bottle charges. It's like, ah, never mind. All my time and money for nothing.
So Pattern is going just classic Quaswex, and he's going to go for Urn, maybe Vessel. We'll see. I don't know if the Vessel is necessary. It's good against Tiny and Beast for sure.
Maybe he'll grab it slightly later in the game. Maybe he'll grab like an intermediary item between the urn and the vessel. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, like a Midas or something.
It feels a bit slow, but he might go for it anyways.
Hey, you got a ward up to stack or to spot the ancient stacks that Beastmaster is making.
That's
So
true.
they did a really good job in game 1 of contesting the ancient stacks.
And they don't quite have the gyro this game, but you have Tidehunter who is really good at contesting ancients, so nothing easy. Nothing easy.
Yeah, and Kobe is kind of chilling farm-wise. DSing well enough. I mean, he's at the point now where he's like unharassable, basically. And they're going on Yeti a little bit bottom.
Yeah,
down to
he
third
already
mana.
used the active on the arcane boots too, so he's actually had to use his he had to use his wand for HP there. He's in danger mode. He's a little bit careful now.
Yeah, Malefic had a full one there too, and so does Kobe, right? They both have 21s. They're all juiced up, so
He's just dead on patience. And we're not done because mid lane they're going in for Pattern. He's already unleashed a lot of the tiny combo though, and Bunyan's tanks some tower shots. One more hit will do it, but I think that hit will not be there. Rice Blade grabs the DD rune, and now he's ready to play some more Dota 2.
okay, wow, yeah, Malefic TP'd top, and so I guess he TP'd and Pisha must have just backed out right away, so nothing happened there. Lucky that Pattern's able to live.
Dire are scanning.
I'm a little worried about Venomancer. He's kind of low level.
Are scanning.
I mean, you thought to get the
He
XP
can
from
keep it
one
up.
Wisdom rune, right? Unless Bunions can't get all the Bushwhack missed. That's very important for patience. That's so
Yeah.
important for patience.
And maybe important for Rice Boy too, man. 2 cores here trying to scoop up this juicy Hoodwink kill.
I don't know if it's
having a
that
little
juicy, but
trouble.
it's certainly happening. It's like, you know what? You're not getting away. We watched Hoodwink game 1 with some miraculous escapes. We're not letting this happen. You're dying here.
Space Maid,
Mixing
Space
mistakes
Maid.
is the path to wisdom.
And the funny part with most of the abilities in Dota, they kind of like have a reason for working the way they do. That's like Beastmaster Roar. And it's like, well, how does the ability work? You just yell at him so hard, he's just stunned. Like, man, that's a loud yell, dog. I'm good. I can't move for a bit. I'm that shocked. Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle, Patience is dead. But imagine having that power. You just yell at a man. She's
Patience
not
lives.
dead. Whoa.
From the backside, Acorns not bouncing.
Not quite into the bounce range there. Impale on Hoodwink. Hoodwink will end up going down.
Rune. Okay, this is a pretty good trade for Radiant. And as far as the Roar Badger, I think the craziest part is that it's so powerful that it like pushes other people to the side, like Moses parting the Red Sea.
I mean, that one
So
makes
imagine-
sense. Like, if you have enough like sound force, right? It actually pushes things. Like if you ever
Yeah,
like
that's-
see
that's
like a
kinda
sonic boom or something, those things are violence. It's like even then though, you're sitting there like grasping at your eardrums. You're not like necessarily stunned. Maybe you're knocked over, but you're not stunned. Like, I guess Beastmaster, he stuns him. He's just like, wow, he yelled at me that loud. I'm stunned.
And then Hoodwink can do the same thing by throwing a net at you with the tree.
Bottom tower is under
Well, it makes sense. I mean, you're stuck with the tree, and if you kill the tree, then nothing net it to. But like, in terms of like interaction-wise, it adds up. It makes sense.
Look at this the Dire's positioning so insanely aggro. Look at the wards they have bottom, and they were just cutting the mid wave and like letting creeps take the tower. That's insane. I'm glad that Radiant is defending it. I feel like it's really important for Radiant to defend that bottom T1 tower if they can.
Only problem.
And on the flip side, yeah, look
Yeah,
at the
they're
invasion.
losing their ancient stack again though. Oh no, Rice Boy. It's low on mana, but he's got an avalanche, and the roars there to Evoker as well. A bit of a stun
No detection.
Pattern. Tornado EMPs. He's trying to run him away, but now runs towards Bunions, who has a blood grenade. He's trying for the impale, but again, the Ghost Walk. Actually, it's gonna be enough. There's a Sentry Ward, but no dust. Now Pattern feels pretty invincible. Gobi. TP's in. He's got Ravage, no mana for the Ravage. No low for Bunions. And there is your Ravage. Problem is he lost a little more mana from something. KU finally goes down. They'll bring down the Nixon in return. It's a 1-for-1 trade. And well, we're not done yet because there's still action towards the Ancient Camp. Malefic appears to be incredibly dead. Because he is incredibly dead.
He did block the Ancients, though, the Sentry. Man, look at Tide. It was a good move by Foreplay, by the way. During all of this, he teleported, I think, bottom, or maybe gated bottom, and has pushed that tower in. So, good game state for him while his team is making space.
No, we're not done yet. Pattern, tanks an impale. Fishka has a roar in 22, and he's returned, killing the instant. Says, you know what, Bunions, you die for my creeps. If you have to die, you die. The Gale hits. Now Rice Boy, he's once again zoning people away from the Ancients. Fish actually leaves the Ancients for the team fight, knowing he's got Roar in 7.
But they really, yeah, it's hurting Radiant. The ward that KU placed up on that cliff has been so good for them. They played off of it so well. Very good ward placement, good value for the team.
Of course, of course.
I was like, they have to deward it, but it expired right as I was looking at it.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate as well. I mean, the Radiant Sentry is right out of range of it as well, so it just didn't see it. Well,
so Kobe's going Vlad's, which is interesting to me as a first item. I'm not really sure what I would expect.
Here's the arguments. I got this. This is kind of my wheelhouse.
Oh yeah, you're an expert.
So,
you're an expert.
wait,
Yeah.
Rice Boy, hold that thought. He's just going in 1v3 mid lane. He chose that fight. He'll live. That's bold decision.
He was like kind of winning it.
Here's the point. Here's the point of Vlad's on Tide, right? It's got a good build up. It gives you good stats. It gives you that intermediary item you buy before buying like Shard Blink, you know? Where it's like you can't just straight up go Shard Blink because you don't do anything on core, especially. So you buy this Vlad's item. Before Vlad's, you buy Mage Slayer pre-nerf. Then they nerf Mage Slayer. It's like, alright, I can't really just rush Mage Slayer anymore on Tide in particular. So I might as well buy something. And
Vlad's kind of let you
Vlad's economically
stay out on the map forever too.
It just works. It gives you mana regen. It gives you the regen from Anchor Smash. It just works.
Makes sense. Okay, yeah, I'm into it then.
Oh, great tornado from Pattern. That just saved his life.
What I would like here from Bunions is that the Vendetta is up. They could go smoke maybe, I think, and go somewhere with it. Oh, look at the smoke. Look at Yeti. They see him on this ward that KU placed a long time ago. They see him under the T2. This could flub for them, actually. He's kind of strong. He's level 10. If he's able to get his Stone Gaze off.
Pushback barely misses. Ravage Stormbolt. They actually stack the stuns. Yeti is going to end up dying, but this could be a good turnaround. Impale hits on 3. Problem is, well, no Tiny, no Beastmaster, no fun to be had. Vendetta will end up bringing down KU, it appears. He's still alive for the time being. Now, in comes Rice Boy from the north side through the jungle. Pushback again misses. Rice Boy's low on mana. Bishop TP's in. It's a 4v14 play on the tier 2 tower. Rice Boy's still incredibly low, but so is Kobe. They'll finally bring down the Tiny. It appears to the tornado damage from Pattern. Now a 2-for-1 roar from Pishka. Hits the Hoodwink. Now a 2-for-2 trade. Sunder is still up. Other than that, the big cooldowns are all on cooldown. Pattern begins to leave. Kobe TP's away just in time. Now the end of our fight. It should be a win there, healthily for Desai to follow Ramen.
Yeah, definitely a win for them, killing cores. Only the subs died on their side.
And before that point as well, there was, relative economic parity between the Medusa and the Terrorblade, but now it's a 1k lead for TB over Medusa.
Blink on Rice Boy. He uses it to get the haste and combo KU. which does not do that much.
I mean, he's playing Sven. He's just so tanky. Big dude, big sword, doesn't die to tiny very easily.
It's good. The EMP is giving Rice Boy so much trouble, actually. He basically gets one combo, and then he has to, like, leave the fight and, like, use a clarity or, like, use his bottle to regen up. I wouldn't hate if he went Soul Ring or something.
You know, people talk about this hero's agility problems, but this hero, unironically, might have bigger intelligence problems than agility problems. And he has 8 agility. So that's saying something.
Yeah. Especially when you build around kind of like the toss, you know, where they're smoking up, coming in.
Yeah, they'll find Yeti, it appears, but Yeti gets away just in time. But no, he doesn't! He stone gazes. Thought for a second he was screwed, but instead he was fine. Bunions has an impale on 3! And the avalanche
shit.
on 3! Oh, the beautiful wombo combo perfecto! Tied to fall, a 3 for 0. What could have been an absolutely massive kill on Dusa. Turned into an even larger team fight win for Bloosher.
Onions with the Ravage. Tide showed up to the fight, and Nyx casted the Ravage. Yeah, Yeti got his Stone Gaze off this time, so really good job of Dire to kite it back, but Bunyan's positioning made it awkward. Tanked the Tornado, and hitting the 3-man impale is insane. That might just propel them into a really, really strong mid-game here. They might be able to snowball that with the momentum from the mid-tower and the map control they get from it.
Well, top lane, we're seeing Dire TPs to defend their top T1 tower. Bunions goes in for pattern. Dust has been used. Aurora against the Invoker. It's a Ravage. They'll hit on 3. It's pretty fantastic. It's already a dead Bunions. Now Pishta's in a pretty rough spot. In comes Yeti with the snake, but in comes Forplay with the meta. There's no Stone Gaze for 17. There's already no Pishta. The trade is for KU, but now Yeti might cut it around, but no, Rice Boy to the rescue! Demolishing Tide, turn him into a fillet at this point. That might be the end of our fight unless Rice Boy wants to go in once again. He's relatively low on mana though, so that might not happen.
An even trade P5 for P5 and P3 for P3. Again, there's a lot of vision in similar spots right now, so like both teams feel safe, but like also aren't at the same time. So
Yeah,
Patience
nobody is safe because not only is
on.
Malefic dead, Patience is also about to tie an exchange. So Pattern
Oh, Patience is
has
baiting. He's
not
got Wand
finished the
and
kill right
Lotuses.
now. Rice Boy is having finished his other kill. And again, he's decided to say, you know what?
Patience
Sure,
is
I'm
baiting.
still
He's got
alive.
mech,
He's
yeah.
mech your rights. Perhaps he'll mech Rice Boy here. Problem is now Rice Boy is the new target. He'll avalanche too. But he's got low mana, he's got low HP, tosses away the Sven. And apparently that's enough. Pishta is intimidating the
look at the
Dire.
Venom wards.
Good deny from Foreplay, denying Pattern. KU will not be so lucky. But again, Foreplay is not safe. He'll get avalanched. He's got the Sunder, but he can't Sunder because he's dead! He's too dead to Sunder.
I mean, like, look at the vision, right? It's literally like 4 wards in the same spot. Like they're all just fighting there. They see everything. Fighting into the Venom wards for way too long. Patience baited that out. 15 wand, and then he had like 3 lotuses or 2 lotuses or something, and the mech.
Alright, does Nyx
And-
have damage to kill Hoodwink here? That's the question.
Oh, definitely. Oh, actually, only 1 point in the Mind Flayer, so maybe it's tricky. Yeah, he's getting a +1. He's getting Rice Boy.
Yeah, that's...
Wow.
I don't know why I'm laughing. That's actually not funny. Top lane roar from Pishta. Looking for KU, and KU... Well, I'll be looking for death at this point. Pishta's now in the run from Kobe. But
Ravage is
Kobe,
up soon.
he does have Ravage. You are right. Tornado hits. Cold Snap, I think, is still active. Pishta should be dead. We're trying to bring down Kobe before he dies. Ravage hits on 3, but it's a dead Tide. Now Invoker is going to be in danger as well. Run on down with the same 3 heroes. Double kill for Bunions. How did Bunions... Was it through the Twin Gate? It had to have been, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You got there pretty fast. Like, the level of speed there was surprising.
Well, that's the Scuttle facet, right? You just cast the ulti just to get haste, basically, right? 15 seconds haste, right? You're literally hasted. Hasted and free pathing, so you just go get wherever you need to go. Very, very fun to play. I highly recommend queuing up a game Just don't. Hopefully, you don't grief the lane too hard and ruin the game that way.
Listen, when you pick Nyx, you've already if it's like a pub environment, you've already griefed the lane. You might have said, you know what, we'll lose the lane, we'll cover later. It's fine. I got Mind Flare.
Yeah, the Mind Flare just makes it so it doesn't matter really. I mean, again, okay, how many wards is this top? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wards all top lane.
Up to 7 now,
I'm
actually,
sorry,
yeah.
7
If you count
wards.
the river
Like,
one, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
both
and then
teams
bottom
know
there's full
it's
vision,
an
too.
important area of the map. I mean, stuff is important over there. It's important everywhere, I guess, but still.
Bunions is setting up for a Wisdom Rune slash Terrorblade, or Wisdom Rune Steel slash Terrorblade kill.
Well, speaking of kill, KU appears to be in a situation where he might get killed. Rice Boy into Bunions. That's the alley-oop you're looking for right there, and it's just too much damage.
So I think we're going to turn this into Roche. Radiant looks really strong. Their position is really, really strong. Yeti has Butterfly in 900 gold. I think they could take almost every outer tower with this Aegis if they play it correctly. There is still really big team fight capability from Dire, right? Like a Ravage into like Hoodwink Burst and like some Invoker follow-up can definitely like still win them a team fight.
What is go time?
We'll see. I mean, Patience has Greaves though, and he's going Pipe. That's going to negate a lot of damage.
You know, I really
it's go
wish.
time.
I just wish Kobe had Shard right now. I think Shard and Tide. Correction, I don't think Shard and Tide is just good. It's just good. Impale against KU. Well, it's no longer a KU any longer. Yeah, it's tower bottom into tower bottom into perhaps Tormentor, control the Tri-Camp, heal over here. There's so much. Wait, they're going mid lane instead. Piston his soul kills Malefic. Okay, so they're ignoring that bottom siege. They're going to instead split the map and just go hunting.
Yeah, they
Foreplay
know
for
they're
now, though,
split,
is fine,
kinda.
though. Yeah, right now, Radiant are showing in all 3 lanes, but what punish is there, you know?
Tide is burstable in like a toss combo, because I think toss always goes through, right? You can't dispel it, like you always get thrown in the air.
I believe so, yeah.
So like he's still pretty susceptible to getting bursted, I think. They have good vision behind the T2 tower mid.
And then speaking of that
Raceway
good
gets
vision,
top.
they've used it well.
Second death in a row from KU. This is where it's not very fun to be level 10 Sven with boots drums, you know?
Not at all. Not at all.
And we're gonna go high ground.
Lift on the
Butterfly
tide!
online for
He's
Yeti.
tossed away! He is not near his friends any longer. Does he have buyback? He doesn't have buyback! This is Rax.
Making mistakes is the path to wisdom.
There is a glyph available, which that's like a 15-second delay if it kills the wave.
They got
Oh,
Invoker!
toss,
They got Invoker!
toss.
Okay, there's no detection. There is no
My
detection.
core is no dust. My core is no dust.
And now at this point, Tiny is a little bit too deep. Or maybe not. He's only going to end up dying with the trade. It is for KU, and it's also for Malefic. If he had dust. Either way,
They had
though,
dust. They had Invoker dead to rights, but still, I think it's. Well, we'll see. They're looking kind of skittish.
maybe they're content with just the tower for now.
I think this is the right call, actually. I
They,
say
know
skittish, but it's
they know
probably
there's
bad.
Ravage. They know Ravage is up, so it's like, you know what,
Yeah.
time to leave.
And this is that one where like you have to commit for if you get the ranged, like getting the ranged racks kind of sucks, you know. Like you want to commit for the melee racks if you can.
Yeah, and it's
too-
better
too
than
scary.
nothing, but yes, I mean, yeah, it's just not that. I mean, again, by comparison, 1 creep to like 3 creeps, the math just doesn't add up, you know.
I think they're gonna look to go high ground again though. Now that Raceway has respawned, I don't think they're that afraid. They're gonna keep looking for toss combos. They're up by 17k. Patterns in the mid lane. He might just be dead.
Yeah,
Yes.
100 to 0. It's
Yeah,
just too
that's
much damage.
That's a fun death summary.
And this
Oh,
tiny hero, he's just gathering no moss.
Patience with the assist. He got Plague Ward assist from across the map. I mean, Badger, this looks really, really scary. There's no reposition tools for Dire. There's no, like... I mean, so Tide has Blink, but it's hard for the damage to follow up, you know? Invoker just has Midas, you know? He can't just, like, walk up. He'll just get tossed and Blinked Avid.
Yeah, I mean, we're beyond scary. It's just happening now. I mean, you've lost 2 sets of racks. Luckily, no megas, but again, if Bloosher
not
really
speak too
wants
soon, because they are smoked up. Might be trying.
So set and a half so far. Melees are under attack.
Aegis is out in 45.
If they wait that long, though, it will be racks. That's the only problem.
I think this is 2 Raxes.
He meant to dodge that. Well played, yeah.
Gives
Well
him the
played.
confidence to get the Rax. If he didn't man to dodge the EMP, he wouldn't have gone for it. Okay, so that is Aegis out though. So there is a window now. Without the Aegis, there's still a good team fight that Dire can take. They need a really good Ravage though.
He
There's
dead?
a lot of pressure on Kobe.
Oh. Look at KU. Look how low he is. He didn't even avalanche.
I didn't even see.
He didn't even
Oh,
avalanche. Bunyan's
Bunyan's
impales.
scouting out.
In comes the avalanche. In comes the toss way away from his friends. Ravage on all 5. Bishop be giving it in
Thunder
time
already
though.
used.
Oh no, Tide. He's got no friends. He's got little HP. KU dies. He buys back. Pisha. He's going on in another Impale Mind Flare combo. Disconnection from Pisha. Oh, that's not the time for that.
The real kicker is that Pisha disconnected literally 30 seconds ago because his hero just fucking plays itself. He's just A-clicked into their base.
That might be true, actually. That might be true.
Push whatever E and W, whatever your summon spells, and go.
Have auto attack on, I guess. Oh man.
Yep.
At the dead Tide Hunter. Honestly, it's a pretty over game. Nobody's got buyback on the Dire side.
GG.
Triple kill from Yeti. And there we go. That's a full 5-man wipe. That'll be our game. That's the GG call. And Bloosher, they advance to their first grand final.
Well played to the Bloosher stack. Well played to them, and well played to the KU stack as well. They looked dominant in the second game, so, and they looked good. It looked good at the start, kind of here. I mean, the first, winnable game I think here for them. Maybe not, because giving up Beastmaster seems a little tragic. Beastmaster undefeated this series. First picked just about every time.
Yeah, I mean, Bloosher, they first picked it game 1, they won. Game 2, controversially, they didn't first pick it, and then the response was immediate Beastmaster response at 9 pick. Of course, Bloosher lost that one, and then game 3, they first picked Beastmaster, so maybe that's just Dota right now. I mean, there's been some people in the chat that have been talking about the balance of Beastmaster. And you know what? They're at least 2.5k MR, so they know what they're talking about. And you know what? This this hero is pretty powerful. So what can you do sometimes? Well played the Bloosher though, and they're sitting pretty in finals now, waiting for that BO5.
Yeah, we'll see if Pho or Ramen are able to come back through the lower bracket. And I think so. Are we correct? Is the other series still happening? I have no idea. Did it end already?
I believe it's still
I'm
happening.
Checking. Oh yeah, so over on Mattior's stream is
the
lower bracket semifinals.
I'm rating him. Don't worry, he's getting rated.
Awesome, yeah. So we're gonna go see. So whoever wins that game is gonna be who Pho or Ramen has to play next. So down to 3 teams left after both these series.
I think they're in game 3 actually. Or they're in game 3, so they're in a winner take all game number 3. That's huge.
Yeah, elimination. Let's go take a look.
Yeah, I'm gonna go end the stream and then raid them. You got any final words, call it, shout out, say to the people of the lad, Simon?
No, thanks for having me, Badger. You killed it tonight. Fun games. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for coming on and joining me tonight. My name's Badger. I'm gonna cast your games, cast your tournaments. You want me to admin your tournaments for your pro TO? You know where to find me. Twitter.com/BadDota2 or over on Discord, Badger Pablo on Discord. Go watch Matty stream. Go watch Game 3 of AI generated team versus Marana's Moonlit Marauders. As for always, thank you for watching and have a great night.